Stay tuned.
Radio True Media. Radio True Media. We rise every morning with truth in our hands. No more silence, we take a stand. For the people who cry, for the dreams that fade. We speak for the hearts that justice betrayed. Radio True Media.
On FM 103.9.
Radio True Media.
On FM 103.9.
Now we voice, now we power. True Media go shine like tower. We no go fear, we go talk. Even if they know how make we talk. True Media Radio. On FM 103.9.
Now God we dey Friday, not true we dey preach. Freedom of speech, now that we dey teach.
For salon, we go stand tall. Radio True Media.
One voice for all.
We honor the land, the struggle, the fight. We shine a light in the darkest night. Because we believe in hard work and faith. The Sierra Leone way. We hold the line, come what may.
Them one set we more them, but we go shout. Now the poor man voice we they bring out.
Now we alright for know the truth. Now that make we go protect the truth.
True big and no they neglect anyone.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM. We empower the nation.
Mina Yusuf Jallo, the Cowfoot Prince, and you they listen to Truth Radio on 103.9 FM live from Freetown. Natu de las.
is a beautiful country.
Sierra Leone is a beautiful country. Salon we own, and this is a beautiful country. Yesterday, at this time, it was raining very, very heavily. This morning the weather so bright and clear. Everybody there out, the woman and the sweep the streets when they go about them business. Beautiful country, beautiful people as well. Yeah. But good morning. The beautiful Wednesday morning. It's midweek already. And good morning to everyone. It's a blessing to be here again this day. Follow can talk to yourself, can do the people's work also. Good morning to every one of you who don't join with this morning, whether on Radio Land on FM 103.9. Whether you dey ride, you keke, you dey listen, you taxi, poda, you dey travel, dey listen to we, you dey home, dey prepare the picking them or prepare yourself for go work. You don't come up pray. Some man, it's past 6:35. Some man go don't pray down and they listen. Wherever, whenever you dey online, they watch we, they listen to we. Good morning and welcome. It's a blessing to have you this morning. Good morning to all of you. I pray and hope say we all get a blessed night. If you day up, they work some side, especially people in the diaspora. I want to say good morning to una as well. And thank you for joining us this morning. Good morning to we neighbor them. Good morning to His Excellency, the President and the First Lady, the First Family. Now we neighbor them now. Good morning to the military officers them, na the Wilberforce Barracks and all residents around there. Morning to people them na Spur Loop, Spur Road, Lumley, and all the rural communities them, Leicester, Gloucester, Bathurst, Regent, Joey, Grafton, take go down to Rokel, Yams Farm, with people in our Waterloo as well. We want to say good morning, Devil, all them parts then day. Good morning and welcome. With people in Akisi as well, Thunder Hill, New Site, Samuels, Locust, PWD, Black Hole Road, Castle Farm, all we famble them. Na man interim dan de o yanda man dil waka de. We area den do and de, Kisi on and the lost man and de. But good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome. It's a blessed morning. It's a blessing to be alive and be able to come and do what we're doing. We want to tell Allah thank you and pray say continue for give you the strength and energy for continue for do what you will do so. I want to tell Allah thank you for our lives as well. It's a blessing. It means a lot. We're not taking that for granted. That's when I get for take time every other morning for joining at this program. It's the level of trust we don't build with tonight. And pray say we will continue for build that trust there, It's not easy. This country for operate now difficult. Two things that happened with me yesterday which truly shake me somehow. But God dey with we, God dey with we, and we dey pray say continue for guide and give you the strength for continue for do what you do. Watch that genuinely, making say watch you to do things with your conscience. You serve your conscience. You sit down and say, what I'm doing is not out of malice, not out of hate, not because I hate person or because, I hate this country or I hate this government. You no need for hate government. You know what I mean? I'd always say, some of us can, if we go up politics, lie, be light a lie. We not go be bribe body. It won't. I'm not sure. Because you come with some value. You come with some value where the people the way you join self go understand say this person we need them. In certain ways. But we all not go be politician. It's not possible, and we all not for be politician. We all shouldn't. We like how everybody not go be journalist. Everybody not go be businessman. Everybody not go be civil society. we all just get we own role and for play. That is how democracy should be. Everybody play their own part, everybody then at their own corner, they play their own part. But with a greater aim, the aim we all get and the thoughts we all get now that this whatever role we they play, whosoever we do, for do things away for make this country better, you know. And then at the bigger picture, like Lincoln say. And then at the bigger picture. And for some of we, that is it, you know. That is honestly it. There's nothing else. Can survive. They survive in this country. Anybody within a power. What's not to join a business or what's peace day? I will definitely survive. And a lot of people, it's the same for a lot of people. It's not only me. A lot of other people could definitely survive, can live their lives, no matter how they're in a power. Because we've created career path, we've created some level of integrity and trust with ourselves, even out of fear. You know, man can get a small claim or we man can we can bring a small thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just want to admonish we safely we understand, say, we all can't be politicians, we all can't be civil society, we all can't be business people, we all can't be journalists, but we all get a role for play. And sometimes it gets difficult, you know, it gets difficult where you try for do your thing and you know, and it becomes problem with some people. It's tough. It's tough. But let Allah continue for give the strength. I make every morning I would pray to him and tell and thank you, you know, for waiting they do for we, for the blessings, the well body, you know, the pathway they create for we tell and thank you for that. And pray say continue for do that for we, because now only in we are above to. You know, above pa mortal man or above pa God. Now for above to, because he's the biggest provider, you know, things happen. But this life safe, you know, we there every other time, things it's a cycle. You play your own part, you move, you go. One day they die. No matter how you be, no matter how powerful you be, it can be anytime, anywhere. So you get down there at the back of your mind, you dey pray. Now God no more you dey afraid. Now God you dey put your hope to, not to man. So that is why we always pray here, and we want to pray for Allah intervention in your life. Let continue for give you strength and energy for do what you they do. Let give you the awareness and knowledge for understand, say, we all get a part for play, for push this country go before. And people we get power for able to understand that, say, it's transient. It's not just them. It could be anybody else. And not to you no more they get power. Other people can get power. But what is important is how you use that power there for change this nation. So when you not get the power, you will still get a better life and live peacefully with yourself and your family. Let's pray for that, you know. Especially with party that we get power. We fumble them, we friends them, we get power. How do they use it justly? You know, not so for victimize person, so for poor other person. This is power too. This is power too. And I'm always very careful how they use this, not for destroy other person. And I get that at the back of my mind. Say, I shouldn't use this for destroy other person. Willfully. You understand what I mean? You know, because I get me on agenda. No, I shouldn't do that. If I do that, they tell I go do that, then I let God fight for that person. They hold me accountable. If I carry any other term in the morning, I think say, hey, no, this person, now I for can't pull today, I for can't talk bad about them, I for can't make them sack them, or I for can't make a get problem, or this country, I for talk bad about them, no more I for do this. Let God judge me, you know. God judge me. But, you know, we all get to intention, same of which you they do things. Why would they do things, same? But God now know best. And he will continue for guide and protect we and give the strength for continue for do what you they do. Once we believe in what you they do, and we believe say what you they do is very genuine. And and it's in the interest of all of we. We're not perfect. I always say that, Naya. I'm not a perfect person. I've never been a perfect person, and I will not be a perfect person. I'm human. I make mistakes and all of that. You know, things and they lots I don't know. Things and they when people and know. The all this while I host this program now, yeah, sometimes I learn. A lot of times I learn from people, things they say, and I get to know about things them. And I give example about the rehab centers always. I got to know that the rehab centers are closed way as human are maybe you can get this thought say the rehab centers are working. You know. And until I talk, I learn and know that and why I don't get into this kush and drugs business. I've got to learn a lot of things, the dynamics, the people who are involved, you know, how powerful they are. You want to protect them, but sometimes they also get for protect yourself, you know. It's tough. Sometimes people call me, they tell me, they call names, and I tell them, you know, it's tough, you know, for come and call people and names and no more. And when it's not public, when there is no public statement about them officially from either the police or government, you know, it's tough because we should get for be very careful. You know, this country, they got a pui. Jamal got a pui. Yeah. Now my admonition down there this morning. We morning admonition. Now pray for Allah help we, let continue for guide we and give the strength for continue for do what you they do. Let us pray this morning as always. We start this program with prayers, the truth morning devotion. Wherever you day, whoever you day, join us in prayers. Pray for strength, pray for guidance, pray for courage, pray for love, for empathy. You know, but above all, pray for Allah and protection and put your trust in Him. Let Him guide and protect you. Let us pray this morning. Say amen or amen. We will come back, can take we anthem or pledge, then we do the roll call. See, we're going to run a little bit fast. We're going to talk to we colleagues them at the region. And also, like I tell you the other day, yesterday, we get Orange for explain to the public about the changes in the data system because as I say, it's important for the customer know every other thing where any service provider they change. You know, the customer is the boss, as Enki always say. It's important let the customer know, let get understanding. So he can choose. Say, okay, yeah, I think say this is right, but I think saying all right, I go other side. But the customer should be expected and must be expected. So they get Orange now today for explain. We also try for get AfriCell and the other service providers them and go get the National Telecommunications Authority as well when are the regulator for talk about, you know, this all data changes and issues around the telecom sector. Right now, everybody now online with day. You know, we hardly make direct calls or even SMS. It's WhatsApp calls and all of that. You know, so we they play we own parts and we go do that. We always go try for put the interest of the public ahead. You know, like I say, Orange are partners, but it's good for them to come and explain, you know, waiting at the changes so the public go understand waiting they happen. Let us pray this morning. We'll come back shortly. Continue for stay with we. This is the Truth Morning Devotion on FM 103.9 on Facebook and YouTube as well. Let's seek Allah's intervention in our lives and in our dealings as well.
In Jesus' name. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we want to thank you. We want to bless you. We want to give you praise, glory, honor, and adoration. I tell you thank you because your word tell we say the earth is the Lord's and its fullness thereof. He said the world and all they that dwells therein. Papa God, we know say Sierra Leone part of the earth and Sierra Leone you get We want to tell you thank you for the land of Sierra Leone. We want to tell you thank you for all the blessings in this land. We want to tell you thank you for the government of Sierra Leone. We want to tell you thank you for the natural resources. We want to tell you thank you for the minerals. We want to tell you thank you for the plantations. We want to tell you thank you for the apple where you bless me with. We want to tell you thank you for the seas. We want to tell you thank you for the mountains. We want to tell you thank you with all the blessings that you don't bless Sierra Leone. Papa God, we appreciate you because creation they testify of your goodness and Sierra Leone they testify of your goodness. Papa God, we tell you thank you because now you're not the God we make this world with at your hand. That you know the God will know the things we want a man need and the things we say you need. So Father, we come before you this moment. We present this nation before you, Papa. Except you watch the one the way they watch in vain. Except you build the one the way they build in vain. Papa, we lay the government of this nation before you. Papa, we pray for wisdom in the life of the leaders them. Papa, God grants them a wisdom we profitable for direct. Wisdom we then go use in action and bring results in this country. Papa, God, we pray, oh Lord, in the name of Jesus, that you cancel no more that this land here so go stand, that the counsel of the ungodly will be brought to naught in this land in the name of Jesus. Father, wherever the enemy they gather, Father, in the land, in the air, in the sea, for brink and destruction upon this land, Father, we ask that them plans will be cancelled in the mighty name of Jesus. We give you all the glory and all the praise, for in Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, in we dua one for member all the one them we sickly Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them shifa. One them with the struggle with them health them within our hospital and within our house with the pray Allah improve the health condition of this country. One for pray this morning for we leaders them. Let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide we leaders them, give them right sense of direction. Let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make them get mercy for the masses them. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help them so that they go able work for the best interest of this country. We pray that the average Sierra Leonean able for enjoy the resources of this country. Bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. One for pray this morning for the institution when a new establishment, Truth Media, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will strengthen them and help them for always stand by the truth. Let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them from any distraction we go hinder that part day. One for pray for the youthful population of a country as we all they see the fitna where they go on. They pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shift you from that part to a more better path. They pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant we the youth them right sense of direction. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala push we far away from evil. One for pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue for bless we land. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue for grant we rain them we not go destroy the land, but rain them we go help we grow we fruit them plantations them we feed on. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all the one them way they do business, the big and small business. Let Allah continue for bless, promote them business them. The students them, let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help them and make them all understand all what's in the land. And for pray for teachers them, let Allah continue for bless them and give them more courage and strength for help for push the nation go forward. And we health workers them as well. Allahumma rabbana taqabbal minna innaka anta as-sami'un alim wa tub alayna ya maulana innaka anta at-tawwabur rahim. Allahumma rabbana ij'al hadha baladan aminan tuma'inan warzuq ahlahu min ath-thamarat bi rahmatika ya arhamar.
What's in the king of the talk, boy, still feel the vibe. No matter what's in the God for do, they will never still the vibe. Manpower and God don't be the same, they can never kill the vibe. You better want to know nobody in your hand, so always keep the vibe. Manpower not for God power, if it's ready, I tell us in a lie. That you should not expire, if it's ready, I tell us in a lie. Manpower not for God power, if it's ready, I tell us in a lie. That you should not expire, if it's ready, I tell us in a lie. Mr. Bright make me prospect the show. I've been here for 3 years, but my success the show. Bona Samsa, you must like the show. That's the reason we are absent, they must next the show. Now the power with the up, be the master planner. Follow Uno Wood, make a follow master planner. Don't ya, I don't turn me the master planner. Selassie, I just say the rest la planner. Manpower not for God power. If it's ready, I tell us in a lie. That you should not expire. If it's ready, I tell us in a lie. Manpower not for God power. If it's ready, I tell us in a lie. That you should not expire. If it's ready, I tell us in a lie. Them popping get crime. Me popping get church, but them popping get shrine. Them popping too dark, but me popping they shine. No wonder they keep walk about them popping get crime. I'm destined for greatness, I make a talk less. See my paddle like a trenga, but not top press. The back and tell me say some I left them, now at the aid. And they give you all things, relax, just rest. Manpower not for God power. If it's ready, I tell us in a lie. That you should
on God and on God we hope day. To Allah no more we hope play. Now we hope the manpower, not to God power. Juju power, not to any other power. Put your hope and trust in God and do waiting right. You can say, this country is difficult for operate. It's getting to know things. You're getting to know how things are happening, how sometimes people sit somewhere. I get to understand how some people can transition from certain things within they do to other things, and because sometimes some things comes with a lot of price, man. You get for make a lot of sacrifice, threats, pressure. You know what I mean? Society itself, but society no for day where people don't want to hear it through. It's definitely unfair. It's bad. Any side with true no did a problem did. Wallahi. Relationships have paddy, if you get paddy, paddy, the true no between then it's sad. Somebody for able look people them and tell them, say, yeah, this is not right. Especially when they do them from a genuine point. For begin sit down and members say, no, if I say this, not this, go this, not this, she say this. People get unfed and they say, if they do bad, if you're not doing bad, why should you be scared if somebody they talk about the people the way they do bad? In fact, if you join and safe, and this not for be say because you didn't a government. I don't understand. This government say, now we all get this government to what lie? It don't mean say no more na certain people and get for vote for. Now certain people get for join political party and be then a government, get position, then a parliament, big cabinet ministers, run for president, vice president, councillor, and all. It just means so. But me and they see we all as part of this government. We all, the whole level the place on a part of the governance structure. The role where citizens and they play for call people them out and hold them accountable is part of the governance structure. Whether they are definitely people and go to APC or SLPP or RUFP or NDA. Definitely. But me have seen people within a power now, yeah. Now, we get power now. I know them. We all worked on projects for all the past governments accountable. We all did. Well, don't tell about me. I was communication person for Renaissance. If anybody know they are in the last 10 years, you can understand the whole way Renaissance movement play in holding the past governments accountable. You will understand. I was part of it. I've been part of them. I was communication. I serve as communication person. I maybe they coordinate press conference, radio interview, sign off on press release or stuff. Proudly. I don't get any regret for joining them because I did it genuinely. But then the people are not think say we na APC. You not think so? You not think say you not get any reason then for begin call we APC or regime change and all. Fast forward, some man don't dinner power now we don't get power. And they go around saying things and some man if you get away for something happened then this year. I've been to think. Something where happened me, some time ago. I've been on share that story there with you now. I've been to think say certain people them if during that period if I've been die, if that stress they been kill me, they will have move on with their lives. They don't even care. This country people and they do people thing there. They not care. Oh, they don't want to know. They don't want to know how you feel, self. They don't want to know what's in the reaction on your life, on your family about them thing then they. Then they do it to you with impunity and with straight face, and they watch you back, laugh to you. And they do that then they watch you back, then they laugh to you, then they go and spoil your name, spoil you, say all kind of bad things about you. And if they get away, then go squeeze you, then they laugh to you back, then they watch you in your face, and they laugh to you. And they don't care if in that process you die. And if you died, it's careless. Maybe then go burying back safe, go cry for burying and move on with their life. It's tough for me people and what they tell you so. It's tough in this country for operate and do the kind thing they would do so. It's tough, and let Allah answer prayer them. Let Allah answer the prayer of we religious leaders them and make them easy for we all. You know? We've been in this country, we've seen how people hold governments accountable. But now, holding them accountable or saying things, or even doing this, establishing this, people then just get all the man. You know, you wake up some morning, you feel very frustrated that, and sometimes waiting bad. And when people that we know you, like I say, people that you don't sabi, people that you don't see, waiting and they stand for, how they come out and all say things about this country we've been bad. Now, when you say things that are bad, you hate the country. You know, anti-government. You hate the states. And they put you against the state safe. And then come people and they side out and they plan for do you bad safe. Then they join. They won't come and tell you. Then they join for come do you that bad day. And then they watch you in your face and laugh to you back. Well, they pray. Let Allah make it easy for them. Let Allah help them. Let Allah give them good heart. Let Allah make them understand, say, now we all get this country. You know, we all know go there in politics, we all know go there in governance. Or we all know go there opposition. Like they say, politics at this country are the easiest thing for join. Now, if me not been politician, I know they wake this early morning, say for Canada, they sleep till almost o'clock, I go do it here, they do. You know? Now the easiest thing, and I want easy way for make money back. We all know how they. It's the easiest thing to join. You know, require so much things, like other things the way people and they do. You know, it's the easiest thing. But if me want join politics or I want work in a government, but this country, I don't understand. Most of the people who are in governance, some of them are my contemporaries. I've known them before power and all. You know, even with the past administration as well. But it's not what I've chosen. We all get with choice. We all get what you want to do. And we all be allowed to operate easily in this environment. We all should be allowed to operate and feel free and feel not get that fear factor in you. You know, why should they do it right and you need to do it wrong? Only Allah help we. Let's take we anthem this morning. Past 7, we can do the roll call. Then we do the calls them till we collect them in the regions. Then, like I said today, we're going to talk to Orange. We're going to forget Natka as well. Hopefully in the program. And we're going to talk to Aisha Johansson today, the former president of the Sierra Leone Football Association, SLFA, you know, and FIFA and CAF Council member. We can talk about in leadership, legacy, and integrity in sports administration. That's very important. So I think we anthem, when they come back, this is our own commitment to the country, we own part of paying, we have civic responsibility, and we hope say this will be part of we, and we go do them with all we had, because Salone are the only country who gets me. Nowadays, and get one Creole and can talk, man, no talk on here no more, but here, possibly no go dreb we come on, we go try. But it gets to that point now where we feel threatened about my security and safety, then I go beg pardon, then send them to people, they go left on a force and go they far and they do the work. Because with safety and security, very important, you know, and we pray we'll not get to that point there anyways. But let's take the anthem, we'll be coming back shortly.
See
family united, ever we stand, singing thy praise, O native land. We raise up our heart and our voices on high, the hills and the valleys re-echo our cry. Blessing and peace be ever thine own, land that we love, our Sierra Leone.
Them say man no die, man no rot. Me no kill person, so me no afraid nothing. I don't come off a start from nothing. Now me na general with a 5-star button. Where you want make out of this country in honor. We were born up and body it 10 times harder. With the negativity catch na little corner. Dreams and aspirations, they ready for kill and bust alone. Original identity, you ain't no know me. You better know me, yeah. Back up, so me mama call me. You ain't no know me. You better know me, yeah. Will my first pop up. One man military, me legendary. Me no plan bad for nobody, yeah. Me back from school by the cemetery. Mentally, Shala University. Call me and I say, I'm the last man standing. Call me and I say, you can never bring me down, they can never shut me out, 'cause I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. They can never bring me down, they can never shut me out, 'cause I'm a survivor. All the people them, I dey inspire them. The haters them, and me body them. The mama them, the papa them. Now the music them, they dance now them, all of them. Around the world, the sexy girl them, me I love them. Me sabi hold them, and me not dull them. Me jump for them, we tire them. Then when we say we no go through, thunder fire them. Forever.
Dude, you know. They try for do it right, you know. We'll try to play our own part. We always go try for do and continue for do that with our support. We definitely go build a movement of citizens, them we believe, irrespective of who that they support. Making say it's right for the people and support who that they want support. There is nothing wrong for belong to political parties or be a politician. They are very good politicians, by the way. They're very good politicians. People them way. So you get this country at heart where they serve in different positions. Then they will go and be politicians or winner politicians where they serve or where they opposition. But this is an ecosystem. We all for able to operate. Everybody for able to operate. You for able, like I can say what they do now. Sometimes we even help the government and help, most times, not even sometimes, and help the president for understand what's in the happen. You know, because you know go there also, you know go know everything. Communities then they way from after election, the president not good is safe. Or politician they know they good is safe. With this kind of parliament who gets, not to every MP they go na them village or them communities them. So sometimes when you get the voice of the people and understand what's in the happen, and it helps. If me not been politician, some of the town hall and engagement them. Like I don't always say, there is nothing wrong for the politician and go to remote villages and talk to people. Waiting on a problem, waiting on a challenge. For more kana, waiting again on a want, waiting for you. You get to understand. Sometimes we're in Freetown, make policies, pass laws, but they don't go down to the people. Even we in Freetown, this tongue city, they may the bill watau, this city. Yeah, they bill. I don't tell you about for a big college and other college. Anyway, let's do the roll call this morning. We'll do the roll call. We'll ring the bell. Let's ring the bell. The bell of truth is a symbol of standing for what is right and holding people accountable. And as well, try to get the strength and the energy for continue for do this. Let's do a roll call, please. Mohammed M. Bangura, Mustafa Masakoy, Albert Lansana, Karimu Kenneth, good morning. Nfamara Mahmoud Sisse, Emma Williams Davidson, Junior Kaba, good morning, brother. Temu Bai Sisse, Ahmed Belam Zabari, Mohammed Bangura, Bailo Bari, William Simeon, Augustine Momo Davis, Fode Mohammed Bari, Bailo, I don't call Bailo, Ibrahim Fona, Mo. Yeah, my brother, it's tough. Ibrahim Ibikanu, how are you, my brother, from McKinney? Hope you're doing fine over there. Tome Mau Bangura, Mick Mentor, Ahmed Mohamed Mansare, Sofia Abib Tunis Kiawu, Sofia, good morning, sister. Hope you do fine. Abdul Tijan Kagbo, Chegno Majuba, Kamara A. Chegno, Star J. Lambo Irichi, Amanatu Sanusi, Moses Amara, Bundu Fuad Ibrahim, Mohamed Lamin Dumbuya, watching us from Leicester Road. Good morning and welcome. Augustine Momo Davis, Shiba Concept, Shiba, good morning, Shiba. Nico Ali Suma, Lambo Irichi, Kuma Michael, Titus Sian Kuba, Mohamed Mustafa Kagbo, Ishmael Kouma, Saliu Kamara, Awa Umubari, Isa Conte, Mustafa Payo Sisse, Mohamed Madina Ba, Salamu Alaikum Koto, hope you do fine. John Conte, JK, good morning, my brother, hope you do fine. Thanks for the continued support, and hopefully we'll send somebody now, one of them this year, who can talk about the data, Michael Martin Momo, good morning. Aluz Conte, Eddie Grant, good morning. Almami Kabia, Uncle Sule, Ibrahim Mansare, Mike Abdullahi, Didi Nice, good morning. Nabila Musa Kamara, good morning. Usaina Tutsure, Kamara Samba, Mohamed Saliu Sisse, Mosdi, good morning. William Mohamed Bangura, good morning, and thanks for the prayers. Abdulaziz Kagbo, yes, Abdulaziz, they ask, why are they invite politicians? Well, Abdulaziz, we very diversified in this program. We not only don't talk to politicians, I don't talk to citizens, and I as well about waiting and think about the country. The other time I open phone line as well for let people and call. We try. I agree with you. We get for make a more diverse and inclusive, so that, because like I say yesterday, the people that we get voice, the politicians then get voice. Watch, they all they tell them story them, either on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on YouTube, on TikTok. They able tell their own stories them. So what we want for the do now for get the people for tell their own stories them, and inshallah, with Allah help very soon. Hopefully, we don't settle down fine. We go with this program. Therefore, they go out of the studio and talk to people. We they host them now, communities them and areas them, and get people them for be part of them and talk what's in they happen with them, because that's the aim. It's about giving voice to the people them. Let them talk to people them in authority, in power, whether in opposition. Whether one can get power, would I get power? That's the aim, and definitely with Allah in blessing and hopefully we'll reach to waiting we forget with the equipment them, we definitely will do that, inshallah. But for now, we try, with diverse voice, different things them for talk about, we try for do that. But thank you so much. We appreciate that, and we note that we definitely will put them into practice. Rachel Beatrice Campbell, good morning. Augustine Albertson Moses, Mabel Cole, good morning. Terry Bayo, Mohamed Brain Nyale, good morning. Newman Anthony Levy, good morning, my brother. Good morning. Aisatu Veronica Kanu, good morning, everyone. Lamrana Ba Kamara, my Chokora, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome. And we want to say we tell you thank you and appreciate that you join with this morning. Miss B, good morning. Peter Beckley, P-Bex, good morning. Good morning. Alimatu, good morning. Amadou Ba, my brother in Zimbabwe, good morning. Richard Fallow, Sandi, Gabriel Indolo Lebi, Ibrahim Mansare, Musa Kouma. Good morning, Zina Sanko from London. Grace Morsori, good morning. Mustafa Kata M. from Sugarloaf. But thanks for the rest. Man, they eat country rest, you know. Thanks for the rest. Thanks for the rest. I appreciate it. Bumi, Sarah Thompson, Mote, Jari Uba, Isa Jalo, Winnie Sia, Bonke Kali, Saltek, Mandewa Momo, Christiana Bangura. Good morning, Awatamu. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. And thanks for joining us this morning. And thank you so much for being part of the devotion all this while. We get ourselves, you know, the festive season they come. Hopefully, we get for interact. Let we know ourselves in person and you know, talk more. You know, talk more. Sometimes sometimes I can say, or I can say, please, let's forget about Salon problem. Let me just interact and talk about that thing. But it's difficult, you know. Can go to some social events, people and they pull you in a corner, begin talk problem. But there are good things about Salon. Very, very good things, you know. Good things and they happen as well. We get very good people. A lot of people like M-Cat, you know, Mustafa Kata, the lady who I interviewed the other day, and the guy we involved in agriculture, they play their own parts. People like Shiba, we come out UK and come back and establish their own business, you know. A lot of other people, other Sierra Leoneans, where they come, or young people where they set up and start their own business. You need to believe in this country for let you start something. It's tough for get the capital first, for believing what you they do, for let you get people and for support you, for make money from them, the running cost. Now they talk about data. It's tough. So anybody where they do things in your little corner, now because you get trust and believe in this country and one playing your part, now make it they do things. You know, especially people where you know they consider going into politics safe. Then they try very hard. If you then tell you the interest rates of loans where people they take in a bank. You know, so my small money go start something. Noisy, but I'll help you and make it easy for. We'll take the calls then this morning. We can go my 91. Also, we get for talk to, we go na the Northeast. Also, they talk to the head of media. You know, we get a story of a police officer. Yesterday, we been get that update in a police officer who was arrested, you know, with some substance of drugs. So we get John Abbas, the media officer of the Northeast Regional Police Division. Good morning, Mr. Abbas, and welcome to the show. Okay, the call don't drop. We want to talk about this story. Dr. Sylvia Blyden also shared yesterday about a police officer, now the deputy head of crime, I think so, one soiree, we then go raid na house, na the barracks today. The police barracks and catch her with drugs, you know, they can just show in picture, you know, in picture, then credits to Dr. Blyden for this photo. It actually, they tell you how with drugs they. Seen at Kenema as well, they arrest some police officer where they say they arrest with it is smoke kush. It's serious, so it's really serious, you know. We get a serious problem with we society and things the way they happen. While so the wait low try for go Bo, we dey try for go Bo. So I will talk to Isa Joanam Bawa. My colleague na Bo for give you updates about waiting the happen na Bo this morning. And we see police now intensify their efforts. Yesterday, we see a lot of reports. I think at the police channel, they follow them on Facebook as well. They uncover major kush stash. Na Afrobe, over 4,500 raps seized na Malta Lane, you know. And if you see that product, they plenty. Look at how they show so. You know, where police seized na Afrobe yesterday, outside and do raids. This is somebody in Palace, so you can see. Man, then get mind, man. Community, now this are they say. Then our community, then Simon, they show the host, the building, and show the building. Now the building this. This is somebody in host. See? Get people and they must know. But these are the things we do. We keep people in places where they do bad, so we community them. And thanks to the police for the renewed energy, you know, where they don't put for go look the braba. Look bra. Now they destroy people them. And one of the people them where they arrested. But you see the drugs, you see them, look at them, where then they wrap them. You know, it didn't a robber, it didn't a man. You know, this look the money, plenty money, man. You see the money in the box. Plenty money. And president not lie, always say this thing get money. See the money? That's small money, this man. That's small money. Now 20, now the mammy in face land this so 2020, 2010, 5, now in pack this so. Thanks to the police for doing this. We'll bring on more updates as the police they do them work. They try for Simon, I want to show that police officer with the arrest as well. The police officer with the arrest. I can just with the try for get the Northeast Police head. The police officer with the arrest na mile 91 na in this the arrest yesterday then catch the bra himself gets not just read credits to Awareness Times newspaper. He say Awareness Times newspaper can confirm that no nonsense police leadership has ordered the transfer of this police officer Sergeant MS Soiree, police number 14483 to Transnational Organized Crime Unit Toku in Freetown for further investigation. Soiree, until his arrest last night, was a divisional crime officer at the Mile 91 police station in Tonkolili. He resided in the police barracks at Mile 91, inside the police barracks, brah. Sergeant Soiree was arrested after an anti-drugs team from the Makeni-based Northern Regional Police Office stormed his personal premises right inside the Mile 91 police barracks based on a tip-off intelligence and found kush and illicit tramadol right inside his police quarters. In his defense, Sergeant Soiree reportedly says the illicit substances were exhibits from a case he was handling and he took the kush and tramadol to his personal police barracks residence for safekeeping. Finding his defense untenable, Soiree has now been transferred to Freetown Toku by a well-determined, no-nonsense police leadership. Yeah, this we hope the police go give you updates on the outcome of the investigations there. But this na na a case where you know the police arrest this person and na police officer and see a crime. A lot of updates with the police that just read through. Will the try forget Issa? Yes, I think we get Bo on the line. We can go to colleague Nabolo talk to and quick and understand waiting police they do the. Hello, Issa?
Yes, good morning, Lama.
Good morning and welcome. Waiting at the update from Bo. We see police don't intensify the raids across different places, across the country. Waiting at the update from Bo. Then they do raids, they back?
Thank you very much. Yes, I put on not one exception, the with Bo. Yesterday, I engaged the regional commander South, AIG and the on putting point for ensure the joint national fight to they don't intensify it, to them, then they don't do them, then they need to arrest them. After yesterday, then the read national mingo that read they happen as intelligent to them call for specific measure themselves. Then do it there and arrest one person with push. So near the power. And during the Samana, we also find out really then they and pack them. They are to Kriba for them, and then they find out they tell them push and the outcast. Now then pack more to it. And the main wood put down the checkpoint in Napala. There has been another. They don't create another wood by pass now for president.
Okay, so then they divert the checkpoint.
Yes, they divert the checkpoint. So I guess somebody it bypass the checkpoint, they conquer checkpoint and they arrest. So that one day back with us, they miss Nafala, Nafala, to another side and go arrest them. They let him checkpoint. These are how the fight against the police and the southern. There's been time so far when it comes to sex matters here in the region, but the fight against push continues. The community people, the AIC committing to them for ensuring them work the government and the national body for push across the country. The community people them participate for give information, send information, because the thing is commission. They don't know exactly which side the push. Another left runner of I also push them. So they call community people for make them join them. Let the fight go before.
Okay. So, what's in the community involvement in this? Because in other places we see how the community they support the police for GTIP, USAID, then they, and as well, raise awareness. What's in the involvement in this? The leadership and community na Bo district.
The region chief they don't make commitment. They ready for join with them. After that makes don't store or don't fall on all instructions, including the township and social. For instance, in a maximum community, the people that report about each business or activity, right? The people they go tell them because it gets a place say they inform the paramount chief about the activities that different communities on the watch. The worker and check different environment and know what they happen. So they are doing some bylaws for the townships. So meaning the community respond when the police enforce the read inside the footman, they just stop for some man they do arrest clear and go to the police. So that this to come the kush be somehow then they arrest from the kush. Get them by force and they have checked on a one day and then they were with a private school.
Okay.
But then,
so the public unit operation allowed and open and back, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, I operation.
Okay. Thank you so much, Joanna. Thanks for your time, and we get for the connect with you for get more updates about happening in Bo district. So they go Kenema, so we they join Cleverson. We understand. So yesterday again, the police intensified and raid, then go out of the streets, then begin broke down side them way, then believe say now then they use for sell and take the drugs. And also we see a video of reportedly a police officer where they arrest where they take kush as well. We want to get an update on that from Kenema. After that we go McKinney and get update there. We don't get Cleverson on the phone now. Good morning, Cleverson.
Good morning, Lamana, and of course, good morning, viewers.
So, Cleverson, we see the police continue with the enforcement and raids from Kenema yesterday. To a point, we see then they bring down structures and go into areas the Musai they understand say, then they trade and they take the drugs. Waiting at the update.
Well, of course, yeah, exactly. This is the car you don't do the rundown. That is what is going on currently in Kenema, and intensified raids with regard dealers and traders with into the kush and tramadol business. Well, of course, shocking things and they continue for reveal as the raid they carry on. Which I will see a police officer was. I think yesterday we also discussed this, but the police leadership not able to come out open and talk say the individual police officer whether be they in uniform or not. As for the initial information to the media that not being to uniform and the investigation, the rumor will be the go around say the Ola school was fake. But we haven't seen the video yesterday. I think they don't get to YouTube from them be able to address, the public as to what actually happened. So I'll be careful make contact with the police leadership. What they told me was that the man they on an investigation, a very thorough investigation, this CCBID, something like that, they investigate them. If it fall one thing, then they will end up for discharge them from the police and also hand over to the criminal court to make them go further the investigation. So that's the current thing.
But what about the arrest of the other people the way they sell? Them arrest them. There's arrest also going on as an intensified the raids.
Indeed, arrest still continue for go on. As per day before yesterday, we have therefore getting engagement with the head of media, the Kenema Police Eastern Region, Sub Inspector Brahma James Musa, and that as of yesterday, the 47 people within the custody, therefore the charge in a court. So as the raids they continue, they don't get forte with them. Now, police or whatever, once exit plainly, then now the fast track the investigation for make them reach out those matters to court. So that's the
Okay.
current stand, and we'll follow up for see whether which thing will be the custodian contribution towards that.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Clever Sin, for that update there. We will continue for follow. Let me join, go McKinney now and join Ibrahim for giving some updates on McKinney. Which I also McKinney we see they don't intensify the raids, especially the raids in communities and arrest. We understand saying that McKinney serve the officers in Komorigo Mile 91, we go arrest the police officer we allegedly then say been get drugs as well us, you know, inside the police barracks. So we need to understand what's in the gun na McKinney also, you know. So we can go to McKinney, we can talk to Ibrahim Soriba for giving updates for McKinney. But this is about it, you know. We all get a role for play. We all don't all have this give police somehow. We see the police don't intensify the raids, and I see there are raids na pharmacies them as well, na Freetonia. I get some updates about I see them online about pharmacies them where police and the military they raid, and the pharmacy board as well. Yes, let me take Ibrahim Soriba. Good morning, Koto.
Good morning.
Yes, how is McKinney this morning? What's the atmosphere with regards to the police them efforts in going after people them where they sell the drugs?
McKinney is still, of course, during weekend, there was a total ready where the police conduct the effort, the stakeholders within McKinney. And then we will build some push 16 them, of course, 2 to 120, and build a rehab center.
Okay. So, there is this rehab center where they I understand say them been catch some people when are streets with the support of the mayor and the police and carry them go there. Are they still doing that, or you know, then just they pay attention to that rehab center, then they give support to the one they did it? Are they getting more people for going to the rehab center?
Yeah, they are getting people that go to the rehab center, and of course they will do on the treatment as they provide certain facilities for them to
Okay. So the community self they support the police with then raids there?
Yeah, of course, the community support the police, and we really lay on them.
Okay, Brian, thank you so much from McKinney for that update there. We will continue for get more updates from the regions for understand within they happen and within the authorities and they do as police don't intensify the raids. And we say they beg the communities them. You know, let we support the police. Look like this place now for be. You know, I'm sure now somebody go don't give the police a tip off, and that is what we should do. Let's the public, let the police understand, say things and they happen at places, so then go able to go there and make arrest, because then see how they happen. So wallahi, if we don't help the police, then go try them best to. But them people are go still in our communities, and when then in our community them, now we all they affect. Now we all, if you not affect you picking today, go affect you fumble tomorrow. You know, thanks to our colleagues and for the regions. Let me take the statement where the president make na Cambia. After that, so they can talk to guests them, or they can talk to people them from Orange. You know, for can tell we about the data changes and waiting the public need for know and what's how the public they benefit from this. So let's take waiting the president been saying at Cambia, as he admonish young people and for come up behind drugs, and also call on the public for support the fight. So they take that and come back shortly.
Them say man no die, man no rot. Me no kill person, so me no afraid nothing. I don't come off a start from nothing. Now me na general with a 5-star button. Where you want make out this country in honor. We were born up and body it 10 times harder. With the negativity catch na little corner. Dreams and aspirations, then ready for kill and bust alone. Bobo, original identity. You ain't no know me, you better know me, yeah. Back up home, so me mama call me. You ain't no know me, you better know me, yeah. Will my first pop one man military, me legendary. Me no plan bad for nobody, yeah. Me back for school by the cemetery. Mentally, Jala University, yeah. Call me and I say, I'm the last man started. Call me and I say, they can never bring me down, they can never shut me out, 'cause I'm a survivor.
Make we stay away from Kush. Kush not they make you high, not poison. Go to your doctor and tell him, may tell you the chemical composition of Kush. It go tell you say it dey just kill you slowly, it not dey kill you immediately. But not proper poison. They not make them for human consumption. And all the parts that they put together, the chemicals that they put together, now from other countries, they know they use and they they send them. We young people, they wait bad. Then they buy them, they import them, then they get the one they naya. Mommy then, daddy then, young man them, where they sell them, and we get the young man them, we're under peer pressure. Then they take this bad substance. Yesterday, I've been there with over 100 of them, and we talk frank talk. Now we will abopan for the future. If we not kill ourselves, we not don't destroy ourselves, if we will old age, with future. We not go die in peace, we go die in sorrow. We not go allow una for do that. And they employ each and every one of una the young man them. May no hardship, may nobody peer pressure, not make you take Kush. Be join we for fetch Kush. Una know say in the salam. Una know without in the salam. Join we for make we identify each and every one. And to the police, have no space for any Kush dealer or anything. If they show you who side then they, you for take the law and arrest them one day. With a wage war on Kush and anybody where they do Kush. Because now we future now, they want for destroy. This government say, we not human capital government. That means say the feed seed for human capital, now the human being there. And not any other human being. Now then young people they are waiting up now. Now then we want for train and educate and equip so that they go make salon better, then go get more science pathway, then go get more education pathway, then go get more skills and for make salon better pass where they left from. So if anybody you they come for camp with them and make a talk not an excuse for the young people, but when person they grow up, they experiment a lot of things. That don't mean say we not for experiment with Kush. I don't tell you not say na poison. If you experiment, then it's enough for try Kush. But now we responsibility, parents, teachers, we the elders then, police, soldier, mommy then, for make sure say that poison they not go inside we picking them. This now challenge at the challenge now, and I'm happy today. I want to say thank you to the Paramount Chief of Magbema for a place called Hope Something, where they not open for take. We not want many people then go to that place there. First, now for prevent any side we say in the side Kush. When I call police, then when I scatter them.
Of Communications and the Office of the President for that video day. And the president don't talk you know. You see police, you see Kush, you scatter them, but we serve the people them get a responsibility, we get a role for play, you know, for help feds these feds. Police not get magic, and the people who they sell drugs not to alien them, then our communities, and then our areas them and we know them. So we need for support the government and support the police in this fight. We can talk to Orange now. You know, like I say, these 2 days I've been on to talk about the concerns from the public. It's important for lady service providers able to explain to the public whatever changes then they do for lady people and choose and understand, you know, what's in they happen with the money, the data, and the service we then they provide. So, and hopefully in this conversation, we'll talk to NATCA as well as the regulator. So this morning from Orange Saloon, we get Elizabeth Walker, we're the operational marketing lead, and Alfie Barry, we're the public relations officer from Orange. Good morning, lady and gentlemen, and welcome.
Good morning, Lama. Pleasure for the year.
It is a pleasure having you. I'll start with you, Elizabeth. I think now you get, Alfie gave a talk to you about the CSR reports, the things that we Orange they do, but also, Elizabeth, you gave a talk to me about the Collect bundle. Myself na subscriber, and the Collect bundle I can use every Saturday I subscribe. So, what's in change with the Collect bundle? What's in the updates? You know, there is this you know, conversation about it don't move from 60 million to 100 millions.
All right, okay. Nothing not change about the Collect bundle actually. You know, say as a telecoms, one part the thing the way they strive for do, especially as Orange, now for give we customer them the satisfaction with them desire. And normally before we make any decision, we they go out then at the market and we they listen to the voice of the customers. So we been get 1 Mbps when at 60 leons. We get the daily 1 Mbps when at 15 leons. We get 2 Mbps for 3 days when at 40 leons. We get the 60 leons for the weekly, and we get 2 Mbps when at 100 leons for the weekly as well. And because we don't get numerous feedbacks, say the 1 Mbps, as much as yes, now 1 week offer, but it kind of slow. You know, when you do survey, you know, go get everybody in voice, but you get a sample of people. Say you take 1,000 and you try for conduct a survey and listen to them. So the voice way higher, now you go listen to. And we realize, say, okay, because it's 60 leons, but it's slow. So we've been
getting slow in what way? In the internet's nice slow?
In terms of browsing.
Okay.
1 Mbps go carry you through. You understand? But waiting 2 Mbps go do, 1 Mbps no go do them. So we've been for remove the 1 Mbps because we already been get 2 Mbps for 100 leons we already been daily. So we've been for remove the 1 Mbps come out and maintain the 2 Mbps at 100 leons. Another thing where we go also get for know now that everybody when they do business, they get for checking cost and check waiting they come in. And this also we look and say, one, in terms of satisfaction, it's not there for the people. In terms of waiting the company itself go benefits, it's not at par.
So is it about the company was not making money with the 60 million we they subscribe to for the week?
Well, we not go. It's not more about the company, like I say. Rather, it is more on the voice of the customer. Because simply, we've been for don't say, okay, we ace the 1 Mbps up. But like I say, now we remove and totally. Because we know say it's a 1 week offer and the satisfaction with the people they want, it's another day come.
But not the same people and they complain so say they're not happy that the 60 leons 1 Mbps is removed.
Well, like how you say, everybody we're not going able for wait for listening to all man. Anytime they do a sample, you gather people and it's all walks of life. Not only in Freetown we do them across. And the voice of the 2 Mbps was stronger than that of the voice. A lot of people then say, you know where they conduct survey, you they check quality of service or cost. And plenty people then they go for quality of service, the speed of the internet. And the speed of the internet definitely comes with cost. When are the 100 leons? So we make for remove that one day. So that everybody, because sometimes, you know, say, we understand the economy. A lot of people go for lower.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you are going for lower and still you grumble, but the service, it also not go together.
But what's in the alternative for the person we not able buy the 2 Mbps when 100 leons?
We get a lot of options.
We don't use to the 60 leons. And like I say, I may say they subscribe to.
Yes.
You know, I'll definitely go to 100 leons, but now the 60 I've been not used to. And what's in the alternative? Like say, okay, we remove this, but these are the alternatives. If you're not able, if you know you can't afford the 100 leons, you can still use this and get quality of service.
Exactly. So we get the 3 days when are 40 leons, where like how you say, if you not get the 100 leons full, they take the 3 days. Every 3 days you still subscribe and they get you unlimited within the week.
One of the things that we are on the talk now about, you know, customer service and the need for let the customer know if the service provider they take any action, you know, with whatever products in the market for inform, give prior notice so the customer go know and making decisions. Say, okay, I want this, or I go leave this network and go to another network. I wanna inform the public and they know about this, because this reaction for me is that it's like they don't know. People are not aware.
We do communication. We inform the public, even the service, because what better way to communicate than using the existing service where you know say the person they buy. So for the past 3 weeks, there was a communication on the 1 Mbps Colat where show even the day where it expire. It was there on the max it. By the time you see you want for ClickAm, you don't say, and this service will expire on the 2nd of November. Even the SMS, when you buy them, the SMS where they receive, you have received 1 Mbps Colat weekly subscription, but take note that the service will expire on the 2nd of November. So it was clearly there, even on the flyer. And last week, we've been get na Liberty TV, we've been get with normal my customer, my boss. We make mention on them as well. We spoke about the service, that the service they expire. We talk about all of that. So we did communicate.
So now they go to 40 now. 60, the traffic was high, but it's going to 40, where until the 60 people go the back. So what if the traffic go jam in the back?
Well, the 40 na 2 Mbps, mind you. So it's still they give the customer the quality of service.
But enough for 3 days.
Yes. So like how we say, it is more about the customer in satisfaction. So that's why, not about the traffic we go jam that much compared to how satisfied the customer then go be. So the 2 Mbps for the 3 days still go give you the satisfaction of the 2 Mbps for 100 leons.
Okay. Well, Elizabeth, we will come back to you. We're going to take comments on our Facebook page as well. If people get question or concern, we'll definitely go do that. We'll talk to Alfie Barry. Alfie Barry is the Public Relations Officer in Orange. Alfie, we see Orange unveil on 2024 corporate social responsibility, the CSR reports. Waiting at the findings in them, and waiting at some of the highlights or significant things the way Orange don't do with supporting different sectors in the country.
Thank you very much. Good morning to our esteemed viewers and good morning to Truth Media. I'm delighted for there. Yes, so Lama, now we try for break down some big English things first. May I like for communicate with me? Me man then na tongue, the layman.
Yes.
So it's a CSR. For the bookman them, it basically mean the academic definition. Now a company, so we basically say Orange, they voluntarily decide for integrate the company business ethically and sustainably. That's the bookman they own. But for the man they all can buy in a cinema, CSR basically mean for give back to society. So Orange Salon not just a company we can for make money or profiteering, as what man can say. The company also care about who side it operate. So every year we can launch with CSR report we can call corporate social responsibility. Then basically we explain comprehensively the interventions where the company don't do in several thematic areas. So only just through resources or collaborate for collaboration's sake. We are very specific and we are very targeted in who side we intervene. So we have our thematic areas where we can look at. So we can look at health, education, women's empowerment, environmental best practice were very important, economic empowerment, and for promote local businesses. A range of areas where they look at will really, that's some of the burning issues will really affect the common man. And for one telecoms, it's not easy, it's tough, it's very expensive. People get the perception, say, telecoms, they make money. But if you look at the operations cost, where telecoms they embark on, and you contrast them to what thing they take home, it's very difficult. So for example, I'll give you an example. We have the biggest site, and site basically they tell you, see, when you have sites in the area, it means people can get access for make calls, for the internet and voice calls. We have the biggest sites in the country. You know that telecom provide and they compare with we have over 500 of those. The polls are where they team up, where they make people and communicate. It's not in community, and all polls them. For put up one site Lama, it costs, based on the technicians, the network expert, it costs over $150,000. We have over 500 of those in every part of the country. And from now to next year, we are also, in fact, just last week, we unveiled one big one in Tonkolili, in a town called Matorunka. We are unveiling those, an additional 30 sites. So with CSR really, now basically they capture all the areas that I don't talk about. And when they capture the areas, they're not for boast to the people of Salem, say we are the best or they do well, but just want to highlight to people how will they impact life and how they collaborate with the government and the private sector and other like-minded people and for ensure we impact society.
The support, you talk about polls as well. The support, how is it informed, and also how people say practically in some of the areas una sites, then they can benefit from una CSR as well.
So as I say, we CSR very targeted and research-based. Let me collaborate. So for example, if we embark on youth empowerment, when they just do it out of the blue, we are collaborating with the requisite ministry or NICOM because they are the ones that are charged with responsibility. So that basically they do. So in terms of, I won't just be specific, talk about them just in a targeted way. So for example, we talk about economic empowerment. Just last year, Orange Saloon, based on taxes so they pay, royalties and other things we will do also, we plow into Salo economy 2024 over 789 million leons. That's 789 billion now give to government in taxes and other areas. That's just in taxes. So say normal, at least telecoms, at least you need to forgive maybe 15% of your revenue to government for taxes. But we Salo will go, we Orange will go above and beyond that day and give nearly 30% of taxes to government. The other aspect also, we all know President Biobi talks, a lot of promote local content, right? A lot of promote with local businesses. So just last year, based on we collaboration with vendors, so for example, for partner with the media, for print materials, or buy equipment them, just in country, we work with the vendors them in terms of business sense. Nearly 989 million now plow into that particular sector. So what does that mean? It means Orange as a company, we get the power for go out of this country and bring some of the things that we need. But we also get the power for get to young consultancies also for do the thing in the day. But because we care about local content, because we care about we need for promote we own salon people, because most of majority of who work now Orange are salon people, we therefore plow that money into we economy also. So that are the economic aspect of what really Orange do.
Okay.
But the final aspect before we ask the next question, very important for me is the future and also the present. That digital inclusion. We all know say Salon with a lag being small, we can part technology business as compared to the rest of the world. And I can tell you, Lama, you're a well-traveled man. You can see when you go to other parts of the world, they are now tailoring almost every walk of life to technology.
Okay.
So what basically we do, we have our Orange Digital Center. If you go to that place, you will be wowed as to how sophisticated technological things that we get, state of the art, we'll get. So just last year, in terms of the Orange Digital Center, I will provide a range of training for young people. For example, if one from the basic to the complex, either for understand basic IT skills or for do coding or web development. If you go to that place, just last year, we have trained and impacted 14,500 young people. Okay. And out of them 14,000, we are very specific about women's empowerment. Yeah. So we also get the WDC, Women's Digital Center. Out of that 14,000, 47% now women benefit from that day. Not just that, not for just go train positive for a computer and go back now also go sit down. Out of that 14,500 and 47% now women them Lama are happy for tell you say we ensure say we do job insertion. Put simple, we create job for 37% out of the 14,500 people. So that's, imagine out of 14,500 people, you find ways and create job for them people and you insert it into jobs. It's very big. It impact the lives of not just the individual but the family as well.
With the investment there, the customer also very concerned about quality of service, and you know, with if Orange invests in CSR, how Orange invests as well in equipment and quality of service and make, you know, communication easier. How they consider that, you know, so that people where they give them money for loan and invest in CSR, self will get quality of the service within they pay for.
So one of the core values of the company, Orange, we really care about quality of service. So we have 3 core values. We are driven by 3 things, and that's one of them 3 things, and they capture really the quality of service. We are driven by we care, we bold, and responsible. So because we care about how they operate, and because we not just want for the and pass on for people and say we look good, we also invest in equipment. So just last year, the company decided to invest a whopping $50 million in network upgrade. So what basically we did, we always say we are now living in the digital era. So we have a lot of, not just voice call, but internet calls. So Lama Ikinde, I want to call him Amina Village. Or you family in a Bonkilenke for talk to a 2 video call. So the existing technology we can get, not for they will accommodate this ubiquitous nature of internet call. So we take the bold, daring, and ambitious step for swap all the sites. All over 500 sites are now fully on 4G. $50 million. And I make it being noticed last year, so I don't talk this now other media because other media houses I don't go because media reflect what in me the CEO of Orange Sierra Leone they talk about. Sekou Amadou Ba tell we say as communication people we have to be honest to the people of Sierra Leone. So last year, at the end of last year, when me come in, when they bring me in, we will notice that the network will get some issues. We have a lot of hue and cry. Now, because of that investment we do, so I'll give a simple example. Let's say we are short on time. Lama, for example, you know, young man just come to university. You're not married, so you go to sell for rent 1 home. Impala, basic, you did it. You won. At that time, you go back accommodate you. But maybe after 2 years, see they married. Then you married, then you will money in one home Impala, right? But where you don't begin get 1 or 2 picking, that home Impala no longer accommodate you. So you go begin think about Lama. You go begin get 2 homes Impala. But in that process for look for that 2 homes Impala, you get for notice some inconvenience. For look for that small place, so you go cash in one small corner first, so you get the 2 homes Impala for accommodate picking. That's what exactly we did last year. Because we want swap to this 4G, for catch up with the current demands of time, we will get small inconvenience on the part of we customers. We will make the network be the good arm. A lot of people may complain. But I can tell you that the swap we don't complete. All our sites now on 4G. So you ask the question, what will they invest in equipment?
Exactly.
Imagine $50 million. It's been invested, been plowed into equipment for upgrade, for catch up with current times. If you don't see that as an investment, I don't know what.
What's in the redress mechanism? You know, in situations who say customers and go try for call and get problem with network, drop calls and all of that. You know, sometimes people are complaining. You know, waiting at the customer service, because for me that is very important. If people and they pay for service, the service provider for care for them and for show attention to them problem. How una can relate with them things in there?
So thank you very much. So that's a very important question. That also speaks to another important value also, who we care. So we have huge amount of customers. So we have different ways in which redress mechanisms can be. So we have a call center, 100 you can call. We have a lot of people in the call. Some monkey asks for ridiculous things. Some monkey asks for very important things. They can respond. But there are times, I acknowledge some people and say, oh, okay, the customer something they pick we call. We acknowledge that we always they work towards for improved than But put yourself at the position of those people that are working in the customer care. You have, for example, in just one go, 100 customers they call at the same time. As a human being, how do you manage that? So you have that challenge in that aspect. For ensure you respond to everybody. And we get some people and really engage you for call. I have been to that customer care center. They will engage you for that 2-3 minutes for ask for ridiculous things. Whilst others they ask for important things. But their job for respond to them people. But also get a whole department with purely their own job for respond to customers. Have the customer experience directories. We have a lot of people that are there when they're really ready for respond to people. Most of them are from really they can call it 100. But you also get we shops. You can go to any of the shop and we have people that are dedicated to respond to customers. It's not perfect, it's not 100%, but I will tell you it goes a long way in helping to respond to some of the issues that come up to customers. And Lama, one important aspect we need to know also, where you notice, so if you now make we call on people then for take ownership of them site then and in communities, you want any partner this country from rural to urban. We have these sites that are there. Not just think say you get for isolate yourself from their side and day. Because that site day, now the lifeline for let you communicate. But what we noticed over time, we don't invest boku money by this 4G for upgrade. We came to realize, and now for let you do internet call, you get for need we get to microwave and then side and day. You get for transmit the calls them. We come for realize say people in the courts with fiber. Some of them very deliberate. Some of them, they're not deliberate, but some of them very deliberate. Because there's somebody, you know, so we get this culture for some man called copper, for go sell cable, ELSA cable. And if you see with fiber, it's very fragile. Now, just thin something. So people then go, sometimes somebody go misunderstand, say maybe this is na copper. It cut them. And when you cut down, they automatically don't plunge that community. They don't go to communicate until we network team come and fix that problem there. But most of the cases, I will tell you, Lama, they were quite deliberate. I don't know if it's sabotage. We don't make this complaint to the Sierra Leone police, and we all they call community, because if that cable that then cut that fiber there, you don't go able to communicate. So let me make you notice it. Some places you go there near the pole where they don't cut the fiber, you don't make call. That really accounts. Internet not they follow you make call also. So they call for community ownership, but just a protect them, cite them also.
Yes, that question did lead me to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you know, I don't get this complaint. A lot of people can say, oh, and don't thief me data, they don't thief me money. You know, myself don't get experience of that once. I remember I called the customer care. It was I think I've been get some units, and where I make call, and where I check later, you know, then saying the man been the check in units plenty. And now man can call not the check. So I check, I think say I see some issues, but I been get for call the customer care and ask them for check if there is anything wrong. But this issue about you know, customer complain about now this data them been get we them pay for where they make 1 or 2 calls or browse, it don't go down. Orange on thief them data.
Okay. Now 2 things we dey talk about here. With the collect, we know say na unlimited. With mobile data, we know say na pay as you go. So we not get a hold of waiting you the customer they use your data for do. So you can get your data and maybe what you use them for do, you browse, you download film depending on waiting you use them for, it go definitely done because na pay as you go. So some man in data we get, maybe not only for the do WhatsApp, some people in data we then get, then go and download film, then go and use them for watch Netflix, TikTok, and wait till for realize that streaming apps, then they consume plenty data. So if na pay as you go you dey use and you dey stream all the way through, it go get for done.
Okay.
We not get control over the usage of customer.
Okay.
So some man wait then go they do high usage, high streaming, and still expect say then data for day. And there is also a misconception. When you dey buy pairs, you go bundles. We get daily, we get weekly, we get monthly. Meaning the validity now for them period then day. So there is a difference between the validity and your usage. It's pay as you go. You can buy the monthly bundle. Its validity is for 1 month. Maybe if now WhatsApp you use it for emails, it go last you long. But if you're streaming, you can done you 1 month and bundle where you buy in a day.
Okay.
Lama, apologies. This question very important. My colleague don't respond to the data aspects. We also get complaints. I get credit on my phone. Orange don't thief.
Yeah, it don't go.
Orange the thief. We are ethically driven company. So sometimes they will get what you call VAS, VAS, and value added services. Sometimes some customers they can maybe inadvertently or deliberately join them value added services. So for example, we want to call pass here, you call somebody, they call prayers, or they make the Lord's prayers. These are value-added services also. So when you are on that, you find out, say, if they send you text message, say, they deduct some amount. So then a small link in deduct. But maybe if they deduct maybe on a daily basis, you find out, say, the credit they call, because you don't you don't sign up for them vested, that's what we call them anyway. But you can also unsubscribe. You can come on if you want. Just call with customer service, they can pull it also. That also account for some of the complaints where me personally don't fix for a lot of people.
Yeah, so now people can get themselves into their service and they on Orange they subscribe there.
Yeah, most of the time you have to you can sign up to them.
Orange, you know, they subscribe.
Orange is subscribe. Exactly.
Now you
the volunteer.
As Alfie don't say, sometimes people they subscribe to their service because we send SMS. They tell them say this service day you want for subscribe, send this code to this number. And people do it. And when you don't subscribe to them, definitely, some are daily charge, some are weekly charge, some are monthly charge. But now, value-added service, and including the trust top-up where we get. Okay. Some man, they get in phone self, you know, say sometimes picking, one may call, you see papa and mama and brother and sister not get. A trust top-up because he want for use them at that time. And you know even conscious and no say, you don't trust. Most of the time, we they in the field, we they get some of their reports there. By the time sometimes we encourage customer them for top up, we they ask them, you know don't trust them. Some of them don't even they cannot even trust, they not even remember. Maybe it don't take a long time, they're not top up.
They will encourage
them. Trust top up definitely when the time can and they cut them. And then they trust top up there about. So if you don't trust, you don't think say because I don't trust I need top up I go just buy data no more. The day when you top up, definitely Orange get for taking money because not trust you trust.
Okay, let's take some comment then. This one say Colat not so unlimited. We buy the 60 leons na 20 GB una the give person. Another one say I call customer service only even 2 days, then just turn we I say na so me picking in 75,000 leons, 75,000 leons go. This one say, I get complaint where the customer service not ever able address. I can subscribe for a brother, the weekly Colat bundle, and you know they get the service for about 3 times. The latest last week, they not ever demand the service. We'll take some of the questions. This other one say, somebody they talk about the, I've been seeing a comment, somebody they talk about the Maxit app, you know, I just want to read them. I think it's important. Jalo Alpha say, the taxes paid by Orange Salon or any corporate entity do not qualify as corporate social responsibility because they are a legal obligation. A statutory requirement under national law, it's mandatory and enforced by law. Failure to comply leads to consequences. Another one say, okay, I'll still look for this comment. Somebody asked a question. It's a very important question about the Maxit app, and I think if finally wanna address them. Orange, now we they use the facilities. Please let's continue with our 60 million for the population. Now then we want. A lot of people are saying that still this one is we want we 60 million back on a level for we. Okay, I don't see this message. For the camera, I say the Maxit app is great, but forcing customers to use only the app for this 550 subscription is frustrating, especially since it needs internet to work. How do we subscribe when we have no data? You're basically asking us to buy other bundles or beg for us hotspots just to access the app. And there are days people subscribe with the Maxit and don't get access to the internet. Yes, that is very, very important because, you know, when the Maxit come, myself been the say this. You know, if I use Maxit and me data done, how do I buy data where I need internet possibly for able to use the Maxit app? You know, Elizabeth, you want to comment on this?
Okay. So initially we're gonna get some of them problem then with the Maxit app. And that's make we been 08 the Maxit app. So that if you not even get data on your phone, the Maxit app will still work for make you able to do what you want for do using the app. So we've been taking them feedback then day, as I say, when I company where they listen to the customers and we've been get for 08 the app. Okay. So it means say even if you data done, you still able for use the Maxit app for subscribe.
Yes, Alfie, you get some comment them?
Yes. So I heard somebody they say yes, now a legal responsibility.
Yeah, it is, yes, sir.
So, but if you go over and above the designated amount of taxes we for pay, we are telling in my initial saying 15%, but we hit 28%.
Okay.
So how is that not a positive thing? But also I want to talk to you about another very important aspect that affect the world globally. We will CSR report also capture.
Okay.
We na environmental best practice. We all know see globally, and Sierra Leone we did part of this global problem. See, we have not the environment fighting back because of we practices we do. We have flooding where in the camp, we get more flooding. Where the SCC camp, we get hot. The place don't begin hot as of now. We Orange Saloon, we care about how they operate. The environment. We have a whole department and hardworking somebody the way to work for ensure say we adhere to environmental best practice. In fact, every month we can calculate within the environmentalists and we call RAR, renewable energy ratio.
Okay.
You know, say we cite them, we can get generators in there. And generators, scientists they don't tell you say because they emit fuel, they contribute to environmental degradation. So every month we can calculate we RAR emission. So every month the environmental officer will they all inside and they foresee how much we don't contribute, we don't emit, and how do we reduce it. Every month we have a comprehensive monthly update on that. It tells you. But now what we have done, we are fastly moving away from now generator. These are the dirty energy.
Okay.
I'm happy for telling people of Sierra Leone say 70% of our sites are now on solar. Okay. And I can tell you, by the end of this year or maybe early next year, all of our sites are going to be on solar now. It speaks volume. But also not to just that. So also every year, we can join the government, the Environmental Protection Agency, for commemorate World Environment Day, for raise awareness. This year, what we will do, we organize a health walk. So now 2 things inside the health walk. We start from Contiki, formal Contiki to Kalonka Park. We bring stakeholders, young people that are in the environment sector, ministry departments and agencies for can raise awareness about the environment. We work, so we exercise, we achieve 2 things. We exercise and raise awareness about the environment. But also we go on a beach, we get at the end of the day, then we carry it, in fact, recycling agencies for recycle end of the day. But aside from that, we all know say we are also experiencing a lot of deforestation. People they indiscriminately cut stick them. What the orange they do? Scientists and say, we afforestate. As you deforestate, we afforestate. We cut, we plant. Freetown City Council they encourage fellow do that. We have gone to Moyamba, now a place called Kasiwi. We go plant over 10,000 trees, and those trees are doing extremely well. We don't just plant them or left them. We monitor them every quarterly. We can go there and look how the trees did do well. But also, you remember the landslide where happened, where Namotome, a lot of people lost their life. So what we did, we went to that place, we collaborated with the EP Environmental Protection Agency or the Ministry of Environment. We also planted over 3,000 trees. What did this tell you, Lama? It tells you that Orange, we are very specific and targeted in our interventions. Okay. Our interventions are really, really impactful. They create impact in the lives of people. We have our foundation arm also. I never must say, sir. We also get the foundation. We're not the Soriat aspect of the company. We basically also the help for contributing to nation building. They have 3 thematic areas where they are very big on when it comes to investment. Okay. So they have health, education, and culture. Sometimes they don't want to talk about culture that much. Alone, we don't allow. Well, Africa itself, with the battle with the Western culture, they try for decimate our own culture. So we get. Okay. We are collaborating for ensure say we bolster with culture, with beautiful, diverse culture also. Okay. And for example, final one, this is very important on health aspect. Just last month, the foundation then partner with the Cancer Society and other women organizations. We commemorate a month-long breast cancer awareness. This is very serious in Sierra Leone. Women in the battle with breast cancer. We are investing big on that. We are collaborating for ensure say women they do early screening, and even men they also vulnerable to breast cancer also. So if you look at some of the areas where they intervene into Lama, you can clearly see these are things that affect the people. And when you intervene, you impact life and change lives.
We'll go for the Get Orange in between time for they come and talk, you know. And Elizabeth, you don't get a lot of people, they say, on an need for reinstate the 60 million, sign them on they enjoy and out and column. So somebody be don't subscribe over the weekend before this thing come into force. It don't lose our subscription there or it will still continue?
No, the subscription they continue, say it done. And then you now get chance for go to the other bundles. And I know say they enjoy them and all, but not think about just yourself. Think about we all. When we do something, think about everybody. Not to just yourself. That 1 Mbps say they bring a lot of congestion. And if they congest the traffic, it means that all the other quality of service system go be affected. So not just think about yourself, we understand, say, you don't enjoy them. Now 1 Mbps na 6 trillions, but think about the benefits of everybody else. So make we not use one service for unbog the rest of the other services them where we get.
Okay.
One for make sure so that they use pay as you go, they use other services them, we all able forget the satisfaction where we all suppose forget.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Elizabeth Walker, Operational Marketing Lead, now Orange, Alfie Barry, Public Relations Officer. And like I say, we get to continue this conversation. We try to forget NATCA, we possibly get to forget AfriCell and the other service provider them. I think it's just important let people know and let them choose which they want and which they want for continue with. You know, it's important. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll come back shortly. Can talk to Madam Aisha Johansson, the former president of the Sierra Leone Football Association. Continue for Stay With We.
Corruption. Now we country ain't no good though.
You don't hear about the Green Public Work?
Wetin na the Green Public Work?
The Green Public Work, or GPW, na branch na the Labour Intensive Public Work, where also na branch inside the Productive Social Safety Net and Youth Employment Project.
Do ya tell me more?
The Green Public Work na $3 million package where they part of the $42 million where the World Bank and UNICEF through the government of Salone provide as overall support for the Productive Social Safety Net and Youth Employment Project. Green Public Work, they operate na all the major cities dem na the country, from Freetown, Bo, Makeni, Kenema, Koidu, Potsloko, and Bond. The projects they provide temporal work for 6,000 young people them, whether between 18 and 35 years. Now the city them where are called Sojisno. Them young people here, they plant stick and also help clean the streets with the help of the council them. From the $3 million support, the council go pay salary to them young people here and support them with equipment like tricycle, protective gears, and plenty other things them where they go use for do them work.
Well, this na good news for young people then.
Yes, and for ensure say all waiting there inside the Green Public Work project come out fine one and all water, the Anti-Corruption Commission go monitor the implementation. If you get any complaint or concern, but waiting they go on inside the project, now for call the ACC, now then free line, when na 8515 from any mobile network. The ACC go keep your complaint secret and go protect you when make the complaint. Now the World Bank, together with UNICEF and government of Salone, bring this message to you.
This fight is winnable.
Feliz Navidad.
Aisatu, you know say this Christmas celebration I get for sweets, eh? Lifan gets one big surprise for all the loyal customer them.
Wait not to that Lifan Christmas bonanza where they see all over the place you they talk about. I see them say where you buy any Lifan Okada for just 18,500 new leons, or them Lifan tricycle na any brand from Freetown to Kenema or Makeni, you they get one free raffle ticket for the grand draw will go happen live inside January.
Yes, so one bike equals to one ticket. The more you buy, the more tickets and chance you they get for win.
And the price them where I see them sweet so you can win 5 brand new Lifan Okada, 10 higher TVs, 10 Kovacs generators, 10 higher refrigerators, and 10 higher freezers.
A total of 45 lucky winners go win across the 3 branches. So make sure say you not left out at this promotion, yaso.
Go now, na the nearest Lifan branch na either Freetown at 24 Main Motor Road Congo Cross, or Kenema na 65 Hanger Road, or Makeni na 24 Lontaro. Or call the number 077 360 000 for buy you brand new Lifan motorbike for just 18,500 new leons, or you find Lifan tricycle and get ready for celebrate big this Christmas season.
Lifan Christmas Bonanza. Buy, win, and celebrate.
Welcome back. This is the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth FM 103.9. We broadcast live from the studios na Ilkot na Freetown. We dey on Facebook and YouTube as well. Welcoming all our viewers and listeners from across the country and across the world. We can talk to the former president of the Sierra Leone Football Association. We also serve na FIFA and CAF, Madam Aisha Johansen, the first female president of the Football Association na Salone. And we can talk about the beautiful game, governance, leadership, legacy, and integrity in football administration. I still remember where Madam Aisha Johansen been the run for be president. This star, right? And one of the things we been to talk about now integrity in football administration. After all the issues that we've been on get with football. Madam Johansen, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Lamrana.
It is a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. And as somebody said earlier, congratulations.
Thank you.
You've done well.
Thank you. And how has it been, serving now all them areas they are, SLFA president, work with FIFA, CAF, and you miss being around. I'm sure you're still around, but you miss, serving in their roles and they. How has it been for you?
The thing is, I'm still on the FIFA Foundation board. I sit on that, so I'm still very much involved with FIFA governance. And in fact, being on the FIFA Foundation, it sits well with me because Nadi Sadido, embracing humanity through football, using football, as a tool for change, social change. But all in all, how's it been? First of all, the experience has been a big eye-opener. I learned beaucoup lessons. You learn about life through the beautiful game. You learn a lot about your own country. I not think say anything before ever the chemical place like some village there inside Pujaun, Moyamba. I learned about my own country and my own people them through football. So for now, it's just about using my experience, my knowledge, my growth for help for push the football. I engage in international talks now. So I base mostly in England, and I do lectures and talks around governance, integrity, like you say, and empowerment, youth and gender empowerment. And I don't do two talks. I do one at the House of Commons a few months ago, and I did another one. So lecturing and giving talks, public speaking, and I did that too.
So, I know you've shared this story. We don't share this story about how you come up from a football home as well, but with FC Johansen, seeing those boys playing, getting FC Johansen, the Africa International Youth Tournament where you organize now, and getting into contesting for the presidency and all of that. Your story of getting into football and being the president of SLFA and serving at them position there, did it come by surprise to you, or it's something where you've been expect to go happen, and USAID don't put you like you say?
Believe it or not, it came as a big shock and surprise to me. I know me ever intend go for that position. To be honest, I know me even understand or aware of the politics behind Sierra Leone football. I know me understand the people evolving around that. As you say, I come out from a football family, Partijan Cole, Eastern Lions, that was there in the home. We used to eat and breathe that. So that me always say in the background, all man know the FC Johansen story. And me just do that as my own service. I listened to you earlier about service to the nation, playing your own part. So, and that's exactly what Yamidi do. That story, they all man know the story, so I'll not get for repeat them. But then I treat, displays, Salone, me defending foot, And that was what I was doing, and that was my focus. And just putting these boys back into school, teach them social integration. I mean, they listen to the things that we talk, the problem within our the country. Make them picking and they not go astray. And then use the football for help them, for bribe them, as you were. I bribe them with the football. So, obviously, people are outside me, they pay attention to what I do. Me, they pay attention to what me do for my own reasons, as I say, service and helping these kids. And that go where I go, where you talk about the time I go declare. I think I declare 1 week before, or maybe even 5 days before.
It was at Country Lodge?
No, Hill Valley.
Hill Valley, yes.
And for me, that be like a fun. I mean, this, the Alanaya, the Alaya, this, that. And simply, now one line I just say, all them are so with the hala. Any one of them man were able for just match what you had to do. We all did bad to you. Go be present. But if Nabo could talk, as you say, labo. Nabo go labo, 19 so, then, there's no point. We're not going to go further. So, simply, really, I wasn't expecting. I didn't think I would win. I know Sabi the politics. And all I me tell people and the delegates then say, the FC Johansson story, na me billboard, na me campaign tool. If I feel say this is a success story, when I join me, we'll build the FC Johansson story to be the nation's story.
That was a very controversial elections then, At some point, the issue of national politics came into it and all of that. And, for settle down was difficult somehow for you because you get this other group who think, say, they've been disenfranchised, they were not treated rightly. How was it for you being president of SLFA? At some point there was corruption allegation and case into you. The football president Kuma been say too much sonko and football and all of that. Is it something you think for me don't get yourself involved in?
I think that period there Nami one of the most unfortunate incidents were happening in Salon football. It was emotionally very, very difficult for me. But the nation was the one we bear the hardest brunt. It threw a very, very bad and unfortunate light on the country because it was very clear to see what was going on. And the intimidation, the political intimidation, the harassment, the breakaway stakeholders. You're a journalist, and I remember you interviewed me. You did right in the middle of what was going on. So, looking back, I don't even regret. I'm very happy because now everybody to go back to those years and all the things that I fought for and that I believed in. Now don't come to lights now. And me not there, but at the area say week not go by where people are not mention Mami Johansson, Aisha Johansson, well na this the Mami me say, na this me the fet for. Now whether people didn't see it then and now they're seeing it, or people saw it, they knew it, but because it was so highly politicized, people just didn't want to.
You began political support then for you win the presidency?
No, for make I win the presidency. Well, I hear that I had, but I mean, so naive, as I say, my focus was FC Johansson. My focus was, naive. And it's just the people around, and I'm going to take everybody for face value. Me not know about anybody in background. Me not know about anybody in intention. Me just know, say, this is not football, this is not Salon, and we're going to raise our game. We're going to raise Sierra Leone's game. We're going to help the youth. We're going to empower them. Now, let me focus. So if the government then, or politicians, then say, hey, what's this woman do, it good? Then I had political favor.
You not solicit the support?
No, I didn't even know who to go to.
So when you won, I'm sure people, they will believe, say, we supported her, now we make them, now we make it get this. we will get a stake into this. And then came the issue of integrity then, because there was a lot of fights and all of that. You know, what it actually you think, say, or you may understand, say, was the problem with you, you know, being president of SLFA and some other people, you know, we've been there around, we get that belief, say, yes, she should listen to us. We made her president.
Yeah, well, exactly. They made me. Nobody made me. I made Aisha Hansen. Okay, Aisha Hansen is me, and if people may believe saying that they make me, well, obviously they got a shock because it wasn't the case. And, you know, going back to this thing about, I think I may tell you earlier about tokenism. So obviously, after in reflection, I get to understand, say, I was to be a token. To get a woman seemed like it not going to be a bad idea for some. Not only a woman that would be led, and not a woman that would lead, because for these people, women can't lead, and women don't lead in society. So let me get their own fixed agenda. With me no. As I say, I don't beg anybody, I don't ask anybody, I was just doing my thing. Right, and so when them problems, yeah, so then begin come out, it was very obvious this was about, we're not able for Pindi Sumandong for do we bidding the way we want for do, and for Sierra Leone football to remain the same, entrenched corruption. And this was a problem. And me, when I declare, I talk, say, all thing we bear, under, I will unearth it. And I did. So this whole thing about integrity, that what the nine stakeholders in the you can talk anything as you call integrity of all man. Nowadays, everything people do in order integrity. Integrity is a buzzword now. But before, if I call that word today, all things discussed at the meeting. All
so the fight was it about you instilling integrity and not allowing things to happen like how they've been there?
It was me not allowing for business as usual in Sierra Leone football to continue. It was about me trying to get rid of old school entrenched corruption, where me to pull back the growth of football. It was about me putting people in the right places for the right reasons. It was about doing things right. And it was about me not being self-serving. It was about me not looking at, oh, you, yes, now we did our camp, can't sit down, whether you sabi the job or not, can't sit down, because now we turn. It was all of that, you know, so it affects me big, really, you know, and me no, but I very quickly learned, say, hey, this is not big fat. So I had two choices. I either swim or I drown, and I wasn't prepared to drown, so academic defense was ongoing.
And you were elected with an executive committee members. Some of them, if not most, then still they na SLFA.
Yeah.
Was it you just this crusader, or you had the support of people then within the SLFA? We believe, say, you for get the opportunity and the power as the president for instill integrity and raise the game.
You know, it not be easy for so, because some of those EXCO members then drop out. Some willingly left, like Samuel Kamara, well, I really like that Monday. I think he's a former referee. I wonder where he is now. But anyway, he was really an intelligent man, but he was under so much pressure from in region. Anytime we make 2 steps before, then go drum back. Say not to say you forgo you. You're not supposed to be complying. You're supposed to be a disruption, you know. And the poor man, he left. And then we had another guy, you know. The southern region, they had some pretty intelligent people, I'm not gonna lie. And he came in and the same. He would be flip-flopping with us. And then we had Kanasiru, we had Usman, and I can't remember who else dropped out. And it was very unfortunate they dropped out because there was an inquiry into match fixing, which was a very unfortunate thing to happen. So really, we draw. But in the end, they grew to understand where I was going, that in the end, we all go benefit, and Nadengo gets that praise, they say, Naden leads that ship there. Naden, they were the ones that brought football to where it should be. I'm not going to say where it was before, but where it should be, and the country. So, but the rest of them, yes, they're still there, and that's a really good crew, the executives way Babadi gets now. I think the only person I didn't really work with, I didn't work with Ajab Ramatulai and Kweku, who's a brother. I've worked with him in other areas, but yeah.
Yeah. So in the first inning, you had a lot of issues with, people, the SLFA around football. Like I say, former President Kuma even say too much sonko they pan football. In the second, you declared you wanted to contest, but you couldn't, and you been later get for announcing you back out of the race. Was that done willingly, or you were forced to leave?
I don't know about using the word forced, and I don't even know about using the word willingly. It's a strange one. I didn't want to leave. I wasn't forced. I had a choice. And again, Amity, listen, bien, when you talked about the country, I did it for the greater good. Because, there's one thing about, being in a position where you get the power for do this and the other. But if you see, say, even though you have the power and you can bring about that change, but your position sitting there will always be all about crisis, you have to now start thinking about the greater good. What do you then do for the greater good of all? And so I stepped down from that race, even though it was very clear that I had that and I was going to win. I had to weigh the options. There were conversations that were made in my absence, and I had to make a decision, myself and Gianni Infantino, as to what do you want to do. And, I simply said, for the greater good of my country, winning is one thing. I win on a Monday, Saturday we're back at war again. We had so many things that were open to Sierra Leone. Now for we country, now for we picking them, we go lost them back again. Draw, sonko. Maybe even normalization. Why do you want to do that? When I can sit back and get somebody that will be acceptable to all, be you politician, be you stakeholders. I had my stakeholders, but if you still get 20% crack, me no like dandy, this is football. So the southern region, then you go back again, go take arms for begin fete. We don't need that. We need the southerners to be involved. Was
it a compromise? Waiting been done at the table, waiting at the option then? Because that decision they come after Gianni Infantino meet with President Bio, where he been visit Salon. Waiting have been the options that you get. She should leave or will not allow the election to go ahead?
I wasn't privy to their meetings. And it wasn't even supposed to be that long a meeting. It was just to, pay respects. And we had a very big, huge dinner. Anybody in society after COVID turned up. People went on, we don't see themselves for years because of COVID. Everybody was there. People then come up from upline. Mami then come up from, Sepe brought his wife, his kids. It was a defining moment for Sierra Leone, for the good reasons. It was meant to be, for the good reasons. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. but I was not privy, so I didn't make any compromise. I don't know.
But what did they present to you? What's in them present to you?
They never, no, like I said, Gianni and I, look, you know, the thing is, some things then where it speaks for itself. All right, so it doesn't have to be many words. You look at a situation, you gauge the atmosphere, you weigh the odds. And me and Gianni, I've known him since he was a general secretary na UEFA, not a FIFA presidency business, from when I'm a general secretary. And we have people that we know in common. And FC Johansson, I puts me in that place, not to Slaffa. When I was at FC Johansson, that in their midst, when we would go out to the Swiss Cup, that in their midst the platter. Now that ended, then begin talk about Sierra Leone and FC Johansson. A lot of the people that I met in football internationally, I met them in 2006, 2007, 2008. It wasn't in 2013 where I become, as people would like to believe, say, Naslafa make not. These people, especially Zurich Blatter, I met them before I became FA president. So, you know, back to what I was saying, I just had to weigh the options, and I put Salon first because, and I mean, they tell me stakeholders them that we will win this election today, and by Saturday, so God, now war. And you know, desperate people take desperate measures, and sometimes these desperate measures could be life-threatening and very detrimental. And I will not forever forgive myself if I may know inside my heart of hearts that I want to continue because, yeah, I want to show. Say I win. I want to show, say, I me get the power to the detriment of others, or even myself, or others. So, yeah, I can't answer that question, therefore say, waiting and say I wasn't privy, and I don't know what was said. I just know the overall impression was not good. It wasn't good for the country. It wasn't good for the country.
You not been good for the country?
The overall impression of when they came, what happened, was not good for the country.
What's another impression that you are not liked and you should not?
Well, there were banners. Apparently, me not me see that they said, but apparently there were banners. Aisha must go. There were pocket demonstrations. I mean, what should have been a historical occasion, they chose to target one person who was responsible for bringing these people, who was responsible for taking Sierra Leone to where we had gotten in terms of football. But people wanted to show and prove to Infantino and Motsepe that she's not liked and she's not wanted. And all the people that we wanted to expose Gianni and Motsepe to, business people, sporting, everything, the women, because Motsepe bringing wealth for meets the Umandem. I don't know how much you know about Precious Motsepe. She's a huge philanthropist. They spend tens and tens of millions of dollars on women, youth, empowerment initiatives, and they wanted to see the fashion industry. She's big on fashion, and you know, New York Fashion Week, she was one of the big sponsors that they mentioned. They talked about several millions of dollars. So she came here to see how she could improve and develop the fashion industry, and what you could do. In boy picking, then come foresee what they could do, which impact then go able for give into the youth. Or everything was strategized. I made sure I could expose Sierra Leone.
Have you invent, Nandi?
Yes, it was my event.
Was it hijacked? Let me hijack them from you. And
you did try for put. I don't tell you say we don't be the meeting. You understand? But I'm not gonna say hijacked. I go say some very unfortunate moves were made, which maybe was intended to embarrass me, but it embarrassed the nation. and it set us back once again. So that one day, my biggest regrets and sadness, not for me because I moved on. I was already a FIFA Council member, and I was global. And I focused then on doing things globally because my country just normally feel to say they need me presence, me input, my ideology, my vision. They didn't need it. So I had to go where I was needed.
You know the people that will do that?
No, and to be quite honest, I didn't really care to know anybody in specifics. I just knew that, you know, we had groups of people where we get huge influence politically. And when I say huge influence, they had the ears of governance at a higher level, right? Me and you can talk, boku, labu, as you may say earlier on, about doing something. But if we don't have the ears of people who can really make it happen, it means nothing, right? So you had people who had the ears of those that could really make things difficult for you if they wanted to. And, you know, and unfortunately and sadly, these very people have the influence to make things go very, very well for we picking them. So I hope, Lamrana, that lessons have been learned.
Okay.
I sincerely hope so, because this is all in the past. And, you know, we're moving forward now, collectively.
You know, organizing such events, Usai, Infantino began for meet with the president could mean you must all meet with the president and get some conversation with him. And like I said, after that meeting day where Infantino get with the president, you been get for take that decision day. You think it gets any answer in waiting in you getting that option say and leaving the race, the elections?
Look, even if I think it'd be improper for me for make assertions over something that I was not privy to. Privy as in I wasn't in the room. Maybe discussions like that took place, maybe not. Maybe discussions took place elsewhere. I don't know. But it's not good rights for me for say yes, that this is what happened. All I know is that the impression was not good. If it was targeted to embarrass me, it was the flip side that happened. It embarrassed the nation. It really did. And as I say, we don't rise above that. We're moving forward. And collectively, everybody, you know, we therefore build this country, small country, this, you know. So yeah.
Now you support Daddy Brahma for win the election then? Yeah, he came out winning the election.
Poor Daddy, you need to leave Daddy Brahma alone now, I swear, really.
No. Now they ask, you like you say, as you come on at the race, you know, and Daddy Brahma come in and he won the election. You throw your support to him?
I threw my 100% support to him. I threw my 100% support to a man I'd never met, I'd never known. But that's how desperate I was to move on, for make we not get no disruption. So he was in the race. Funnily, I'd never heard of this man, you know, but you know, Salon, you know, interesting things happen. But anyway, but he was running for president. So me EXCO members, some of them. And it was the time where I made to go see Gianni. Because after that incident day when Gianni, so many riding at the same motor car, I go left him, where it taking flight. And I say, can't see me in that office and think about what you want to do. So he gave me time to think about what I wanted to do. He didn't force me. And I make how he say, I'm not like for use that word force. He said, think about it. And then, so 2 days later, I fly to Zurich. I go meet him, but I called me EXCO. I say, I'm going to step down. This is going to be a big blow. I can't let down my stakeholders. They've given so much for me. They don't support me. I don't know how I go face them, but I have to do it. I said, well, I go come on our fan posting. We go be an overall when I go. So they brought Daddy to me. And within 10 minutes, I made him the president. In the sense that, we sit on, you talk Namios, and I said, I'm going to make you president.
You're very, very powerful.
No, it's a powerful, it was what it was. Like I said, I'm get the votes.
Yeah.
We had the votes.
Yeah.
We were going to win.
You felt it that you not being get for BU now, other
Of course, because Lamrana defects, as you say, from day one, as the whistle blow, 2013, every single blessed day, 7 days a week, the radio stations, Aisha Johnson, Chris Camara, Aisha Johnson, Chris Camara, Aisha. Every slot, every radio station that had a sports segment, it was us. And 95% were lies, defamatory, malicious, just killing the game, and it was so unnecessary. So for 8 years, I fought so hard. Then do all kind of things to me, as you say, indictments, everything. And so anytime I go get small space, if now 5 days, we the rush for do something good inside 5 days, productive. If now 1 month breathing space, then we go fet and try to get some things that was productive and positive. So eventually when it look like say things that we don't begin for level out, and people begin to see what we can bring and what we could do. And, going at the Nations Cup qualifiers, going to Nigeria, 4-0 down, equalize, almost one win. And we only had 1 match left, to qualify. I fought so hard and gave everything. And just to say, no, I have to give it up. We don't fet for something you so believe in. And now, I've got this. I've got this. And then you have to let go. Very painful. But again, I had to do it for the greater good of the nation.
You give Daddy Brahma power, you make him be president. What do you think of him presidency in 4 years where he run the SLFA?
Wow, that's a good one. I think he could have done better, really. I feel, say, Daddy, in hindsight, now, he now realized where he went wrong. He never gave me the opportunity to dialogue with him. I think in the 4 years I see Daddy Brahma 4 times, maybe, believe it or not. I think I spoke to him, with no malice, but he just didn't feel the need for engage with me. Maybe he felt this not about Aisha don't go now me. That man they are in problem too much. And he had everything we me ever get. I know me ever get political support. I know me get government support. I get nothing. He had everything that I wish I could have had for grow the football, and I never had it. So where he went wrong, you can speculate, me can speculate. I think poor decisions. I think INSEF needed to grow in football governance and football administration. He was not. But for be area man, any area man could go sit down, hey, this not football. Football not to for talk big English when swear, me na area man, me na this, that. That's not what football governance is all about. It's not. And I think he found out the hard way. So he didn't have sufficient experience. And the people that will be there...
for land from you mean?
No, he was not ready to engage with me to the extent where I believe, say, he could have. And I offered, and he wasn't willing. Or, for whatever reasons, he decided to do things the way we want for do with the people want for do. The things with the Yeri stories about EXCO members, say, they were not included, they were this and the other. You know, this football governance in general, it's a one-man show. You know, people may accuse me of running a one-man show. I didn't. I just had one unwavering policy. I normally compromise the integrity of the game and good governance. So if that made it a one-man show, so be it. I wasn't going to compromise that. But I made the dialogue with a lot of people and always made the stretch out for make peace with others. And as I say, I don't get to that point there. But it was unfortunate. So Daddy, it's sad because no matter what, I feel say Salone me the top na a agenda for say Salone grow.
Now then they make you maybe say you vex and support Babadi Kamara against them?
No, that's no. Say I vex. I was disappointed, like everybody else. So many people, you know, that's why he had such strong opposition, because people, not because they disliked Daddy. Actually, Daddy is quite a charming man. He's funny, you know, he's warm, he's embracing, he like people. You know, he's got some really good sides, I'm not gonna lie. But when you disappoint the people expectations, you know, that becomes a problem. Then you will have strong opposition. So with so many small things inside the football governance we grow on, it wasn't working. So Babadi, I don't know Babadi for a while. He's always been a big supporter of me. Even when he goes through some rocky, you know, he can phone, he can message me. Now he introduced himself to me years back. I have a lot of respect for that man. And, you know, some small shaky bits me happy, but we went past that. I supported Babadi because I strongly believe, say, Babadi don't now see, he don't see three governments there. He's old enough to have known what the Naim Kadi regime was like, the pitfalls, the problems, where Naim went wrong. He's old enough to have followed my leadership, where I may have gone wrong, my pitfalls, what could have been done better. He's old enough to have seen Daddy Brimer's governance structure, what's the lapses that were there. So now we're in there now. I think Babadi could probably be one of the best, if probably not the best, FA presidents this country has had, simply because he has all of these to draw experience on. He's got a very able EXCO member. We then don't go through their experience, they don't go this journey.
Those who worked with Daddy Brimer.
There's those who worked with me as well. They worked with me, they worked with Daddy, now they're working with him. He's got a wealth, and of course, he has solid government support and goodwill. And that goodwill, they will carry him to corporate houses as well. I will support Babadi to grow from strength to strength. Whatever international support, I don't tell and say his PR machinery he get for ISAM, and he has to do outreach internationally. You cannot just rely on government alone. So I'm looking forward to seeing growth, real growth.
What do you think, say, the fundamental problem na SLFA? Like you say, successively, Naim Kadi, Patola, Naim Kadi, Aisha, J.S. Kefala asked at some point, Aisha, Daddy Brimer, now it's Babadi. What do you think, say, the fundamental problem with football administration?
Some people believe, say, this football, it belongs to them. Okay, and old habits die. So they refuse for let's go of old habits. Those old habits, I call it entrenched corruption. And we don't sit on us and pretend that there wasn't corruption in SLFA, like with many other organizations in this country anyway, not blame SLFA. So that you have pocket groups of people who still remain, by the way, where they feel saying a them for control football, na them. So this is a problem. You have people, we call it the beautiful game, football. But I can tell you, Lamrana, this beautiful game has a very ugly and dark side to it. Right, and that ugly and dark side, don't overshadow Salone football for many, many years.
Which one are that part? The corruption?
It's the gambling, it's the match fixing. And of course now the thief, you understand? So the dark side is manipulation, match manipulation, and poor officiating. It all comes together with the match manipulation. So that is a very dark side, and you have some people who thrive on that. They would only thrive on that in the past, and they still cannot let go of that. They cannot run football with honesty and integrity and good practice. They can't do that. There has to be a diversion. And this is what is killing our football. We're not saints. We will never be saints. And all these other countries, then they get them funny, waiting and call incidents them. You know, in CAF, when I was in CAF, I saw so many other African countries then get similar problems. But Salone, for some reason, we get this tendency for just smack thing, where it is smell now, you understand? And it just destroys the entire fabric.
Talking about match fixing, you know, under its tenure, we had the match fixing case. You know, a lot of people, some players like Obre and the former FC Cologne keeper as well, Coca, they've been coming out that their career don't destroy because of that. You get any regrets with that? You think, say, that was something you did wrong to people?
It's interesting you bring this subject up because I'm not feeling anything where I ever talk about publicly. Nobody's asked me. I mentioned to you earlier that the power, the politics, and the power of the media for distort things, it be overwhelming in my case. Because me get that power there for talk to the journalists. And even if I talk to the journalist and they go back for go talk with him, they want for talk. Because that was the order. That match fixing thing there, I really just put it in a nutshell. I had nothing to do with it. And maybe for the first time, I will come on air and say that. I had absolutely nothing to do with it, in the sense that it wasn't orchestrated by me. It wasn't initiated by me. So I was president, I was elected in 2013. So it began with first Congress, where I go in Brazil. Prior to that, I believe, say, in the election run-up to be 2013, there has been talks about corruption, match fixing. And I can't remember what exactly must have triggered what something me did about match fixing in Sierra Leone football. So we sit on me, Chris, and I think Napa Ali Komana. Now we three me did it. And this gentleman comes. You can imagine me, I'm naive, I'm in awe, I'm looking around this great big auditorium. And during the break, this guy comes, his name was Ralph Musk. He was the FIFA head of, I don't know. So he said, oh, madam, you know, blah, 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 you know, my name is. He said, do you mind, could we have a chat during the break? He said, I would like to have a word with you. He said, it's to do with investigating corruption, match fixing in your country. Lamra now, I remember as I did die. I said, well, look who me come out. That alala de match fixing, that you know, because I was shocked. I said, okay. So it take me in a corner, we talk, and I say, listen, we're going to open an investigation into your federation. You're new. He says, but we will guide you. Now I say, but we don't have that in my country. And I say, no, there are, you know, they've got documents. They're going to, all then they ask me now for corporate. And because it is Sierra Leonean players, national team players, we have to set up a committee, an investigative committee in your country. And that's how it started. So I said, well, I come back, I tell Chris, tell Mr. Ali, and I say, hey, we back again. So that's how it started. And I came back, tell me EXCOs, 9 them communicates, they say for set up an investigative committee in Sierra Leone. I went to State House with the information, with the correspondence. I went to President Ernest, I say, Echinadis Domitui. They've asked that, and they gave 5 names. They gave Obre, I think Ballet, they gave the names. We didn't offer any information. We were not even asked to offer any information. They had the information. They were going to come and do the investigation. And so the president said, hey, this is not a problem. I say, we have to minimize. You know, we're not one for bring any whatever. So he sent me to Ibrahim Kagbo, Uncle Ibi Kagbo, and there was another man, Monty Jones.
Monty Jones, Professor Monty.
There we go, Professor. They were advisors to the president. So I went and Uncle Ibi said, okay. He said, go, now make a press release or whatever internal things you guys have to do. He said, but do ya? He said, we'll not go and Talala. Go to Paul Camara. He's the Minister of Sports. Inform him about what you've shown us. So Ibi Kagbo, he was the one the president said we should deal with from the state side. So I went grudgingly because Paul Camara, at the best of times, you know, he can be a bit of a handful. So I was like, God, you know. Anyway, we go there. I went there. Ali Mubah was present as well. So I told Paul Camara what's, you know, and I showed it. And he says, no, but it's not just these 5. He said, no, I know. He said, well, now, okay, fine. He said, but it's not to 5 no more.
Paul was happy.
He was ecstatic. He said, well, finally, because the talker, say, now this, that. He said, well, I know, I get the list. He says he knows others, several others. And at that point, I said, oh, we have to pause. I'm going with this investigation by this FIFA investigative committee and led by this guy. If you have got, they have given me 5 names because they've got all the facts and which they want to base their investigation on. You, their names, yeah, do you have the evidence? He's saying, get all thing. I say, you sure, sir? He say, yes. I said, okay. We, as in SLFA, will not go along with these names. We are going to go with these 5 names. However, if the Ministry of Sport says they also have additional names which they believe, that's how it will go. And as I say, you know, people in Sierra Leone, Denki, always tend to forget selective memory. They will always remember what they want to remember. And they will churn what they want to what they want people to hear and believe. That's what they will. Because this was stated several times over. It is not an Aisha, it's not SLFA. This was an outside external investigation. But because it involved our players, national team players, so a committee was set up. So Paulo was the chairman of that. And Drusille Taylor was the secretary of that. And it was Paul Camara that gave, I think it was 10 names or 11 names, I can't remember. And he said he gets all the evidence, okay? He said, but we get for join. I said, well, okay, even if we join, we could put that exclusion clause, say, not so we all, not the Ministry of Sports, not then say. So it was an unfortunate time, and I think as much as we try to explain, people were just not listening, names, Nade Kanasru getting suspension because we had to suspend people. Yeah. That's how, and these were all very unfortunate events. Victor Lewis, all of these people got thrown in.
It affected
well, of course,
their livelihood.
Which was very, very damaging. But again, as I say, this is something that, honestly, if people were prepared to sit down and have a discussion and manage it, it was something that could have been managed. Because if Paul Camara had no evidence, he had no evidence. If the Ministry of Sports could not bring anything to the fore, you've got to let these people go. You understand? Reinstate them, because you, the Ministry of Sports, you say you get the evidence. Bring. And an investigative body was set up. They refused to attend. They all refused to attend. So nobody was prepared to go forward. Me, when I was indicted, I was innocent myself. Was I saying I'm not going to go? I'm not going to. No, you respect the law. You go and you prove your innocence.
And one of the players, I just agreed, we out of the 15, we've been suspended. One of the players that we challenged us have been Samuel Ballet, you know, and they've been clear up of that. And, you know, you get people, I remember the other day, Obre was complaining about how this affected him. The guy, Coca, was explaining. A lot of officials then. You get...
Can I say something? I don't know about the others, but I think Obre should be careful with his pronouncements, because Obre is becoming, he has been very economical with the truth when it comes to this. I'm not here to start reopening old wounds, but if I were him, and I had a private conversation with him a couple of months back in England, he has to be careful, because he knows what happened, and he knows that he went through a trial. And he knows that he also had a lawyer who is a lawyer here in Sierra Leone. And they went through that, and he knows what the outcome. So does the lawyer. So, again, Antina speaking truth here, he needs to be careful with his pronouncements.
You're sure he was involved in this? You know?
No, I'm not saying that he was involved. I'm saying he went through a process. He had a lawyer to defend him. The lawyer has the documents, and Obre knows what the outcome was, and he knows what was presented, as does the lawyer. So the others, me no know how they pass. I never was asked for Sidonde. They not ever asked me one day for give evidence on anything. It wasn't. So this is what people not ever understand, or people didn't want people for believe. I was never privy to any of what happened, but in Obre's case, I do strongly believe, and he knows, that it went further with him, and there were documents, and he also sought legal advice. So
the other people, what you say they had, you get any regrets that this happened?
Of course.
You know, because...
Of course. How you not go regret, especially, you know, how you not go regret, I don't know these people. Well, okay, then other one, they like canassu them. Then I'm an exco. How you not go regret? But if a minister, I can't challenge the minister. If the minister says, no, I have evidence, and this person is this, I can prove it. Are you going to challenge the minister to say, no, I won't allow you? I couldn't do that. You know, so...
But did you let them know that this is not a form we?
We said it.
These 5 names.
We said it so many times, and as I say, people will believe what they want to believe, and if they also believe that this will tarnish your image even more, they will do that. Not only did I say that, it was stated. Me no know, you're not journalists. Go back to those files. Try to dig that. I'm sure somebody has it somewhere. Try for dig up that press release date. It categorically stated that FIFA has asked us to investigate these 5 people. However, the Ministry of Sports has deemed it right that these 10 should be investigated. However, the Ministry of Sports, it was separated.
What's the relationship of some of those people we been named other lists, you know, and you know some of them feel very bad that happened to them, and then get this understanding that it was witch hunt, they were targeted and all of that.
And I don't know why I would want to target any of them, especially since I barely knew them. A lot of them I didn't even know. So you target somebody that you know or has done something to you. I know, say, Rodney Michael was very, very aggrieved, and he may have thought it was a witch hunt, but I don't, not to be, that's not my trait. Okay, Victor Lewis is a very, very good friend of mine. I'm very fond of Victor. I hated to see this happen to him. I forewarned him, and I asked him to comply with the investigations so he can exonerate himself. He chose not to. He chose to go with the others, and he chose not to be part of the investigation. So it ran on and on and on. As I say, this is, I know me feel to say you go bring this, but you know, I'm writing a book.
Okay, you go in the book.
Well,
It's
I'm not going to say what's going to be in the book, but I'm working on my story. It tells stories that have never been heard before. You know, when I'm under my 2-year trial, ACC me, lawyers there advised me not to speak to the press. And in any case, the local press was very anti-Aisha. So it was not in my best interest for talk. And even though the international media was very interested in what's gone with me, I talked to CNN, BBC, and then I stopped. So for a long time, a lot of people didn't know. So I think it's now time, say, you know, maybe my story, my side of the story will come out. So
should we expect it soon? It's coming?
Yeah, sometime early next year, if all goes well. I just stop and start Lamram now. You know, if I don't write this book here, but I know me realize just the effects way the whole thing me gets on me, you know, the case, the harassment. So I went into depression, severe depression after 2021, where I go England. And every time I sit down for write the book, it takes me back to dark places where I may want for forget. And then I would cry and I'd go into depression. Then I go put the book inside her force. Every time I pick up the pen, I want to write again, I go back into depression, and I was already being treated for depression. So it wasn't helping me. The book was supposed to be therapeutic. It took me back to a dark place. So I've struggled. But now it's complete. It's with the publishers.
Yesterday we talked about, you mentioned something to me about not a token.
Yeah.
You know, how women should deserve waiting they get. People enough for think, say, with a gear and because now woman. You think you went through all of this because you're a woman?
Well, I mean, at the last for no, me when I do man, I mean, I'm the last for no say, this harassment's not because you're not a woman. You know, as I say, growing up with boys, and I was very naive when I came in, you know, my mind me just set there, I've got to do this and this. So the harassment and the, what's it called, all of that, I didn't know that, you know, they're doing this to you because you're a woman. It was only when one stakeholder came on national radio and called me a prostitute. So now, Salono, you do that anywhere else in the world and that person will be behind bars, or he'll be stripped of whatever title, but instead he's roaming around. He's actually a very big politician. And he called me a prostitute on national radio, you know, and I was like, I say, Inami. I said, I mean, it goes on. I say, yes. I say, then it dawned on me that, listen, this whole thing is because I'm a woman. You know, that's what it is. And he said he will not be ruled by a prostitute of an FA president. And that's when I started to look at it differently. I not ever used Andy as being a victim. I've never considered myself as being a victim of sexism, but I was. So, in a nutshell, which you talk about tokenism, look, Lamrana, for the past 10, 15 years, we as women, or women, have been fighting for a seat at the table, right? A seat, governance and leadership. We've been fighting for that. And now we don't get her. Now there is women all side, you know.
There's a law that supports.
But let us be honest with ourselves. As a woman, I can say to you, because, you know, directorships and everywhere in companies, you now have these clauses. You have to have one female executive board member, or you must have a minimum of 2. What is happening now, in some instances, in fact, increasingly, you have token women. Puts any woman there because woman for did it.
Because the law says so.
Because the law says so. Where you put woman when clueless, you know, get no clue whether na football now or whether na anything, she has to be there because the dictates are a woman's got to be. What happens? She becomes a token. It tick the box because they say tick this. It crash ya because they say crash ya, and she doesn't have a voice. She cannot make any impactful meaning representing us women. She becomes a token. And I'll tell you one thing, when a man messes up, it's a given, a normal man, then he messes up every day. Show you some. When a woman messes up, on Mandieri, and it reflects on all of us. Oh, and now you want to go do, you want to be like man, eh? You want to go now football, you not woman. This, everybody will start saying things. When a woman succeeds, we all win. When she messes up, now we all go down. So I'm working on a summit next year. It'll be in Ghana. It's about tokenism. It's about being in it to win it. It's about women of real substance, not of football no more, all walks of life, listening to very powerful stories. The Madam Elif Sirleaf Stem, first female head of state in West Africa, okay? First female Secretary General of FIFA, African Senegal, first women in different walks of life. My trajectory from humble beginnings with FC Johansson to becoming the first female to be elected FA president, the first female to be elected in CAF executive, the first West African female to sit on the world football governance. You understand? The first, because I worked my way up. I worked for it. I'm not a token. I didn't just appear, you know. So it's going to be very, very interesting with women from Asia, Africa. We're going to start talking about real leadership, women who really have worked for it and deserve to be on that seat.
Female football, don't take a trajectory where we see them they compete now. Regional competition. Recently, they win the Zone 2 or so, and even carry trophy. What do you think needs to be done? You've been there. You've been there as a female president. We don't get cases of sexual harassment and all. What do you think needs to be done for protect women and girls within to football and also promote and support them?
Oh my goodness, what needs to be done to protect? First of all, this whole thing about sexual harassment, I want to make you know that they say the sexual harassment doesn't always come from men sexually harassing, even with women. I don't know if you remember when I just came into that seat in 2013, we had a case of sexual harassment, but we didn't hush it, but we solved it. And it wasn't by men, okay? What you do is awareness. It's awareness. What can you do to prevent? It shouldn't happen. But when a girl is being touched inappropriately, how do you stop that? It should not happen. But when it happens, you deal with the situation. How do you stop a girl being cornered and being talked or harassed by a female or a male coach? How do you stop that happening? And these things, it's a difficult question to answer for me. It's just that very, very, very stringent sanctions should be placed, on these officials. But sorry, what was the first part of the question?
So I'm saying, the goats don't look they go up. We see them, they compete in a lot. We get the female league where they go on over the weekend. They just play the Cup now, Southern Arena and all of that. How do we amplify that? How you think, say, you don't know the circles, how you think, say, we go able to sustain and continue for support that and even compete in international competitions?
Well, now, like you rightly say, more games. I mean, the growth, look, football is money. So the more money that we can put into our leagues, the stronger the leagues will become. The more activities, football activities, if you like. How do we strengthen internationally? We simply call for matches. But I think it starts at home. We need for strength and we serve home. I think the quality of the coaches as well. I think Dande, the FA could probably pay a lot more attention to that in terms of more courses should be given to them. For strengthen the quality. I'm not so sure the caliber of coaches, the quality what we get is where we should be. I think they need to put more attention to that. And just putting more money into the game, it's as simple as that. FIFA and CAF increasingly then they increase the amount of money we then put into the associations now. Compared to my time to now, it's almost quadrupled in terms of, their inputs. And they will always give you a little bit more if they show that you want to go that much step further. And this is where the government comes in, because FIFA can't do everything and CAF can't do everything. The government has got to work. And as I say with Babadi, I think he's got the goodwill is there. For make able for knock on doors as well. When Mimide, the outreach to other clubs outside, get Arsenal, we brought in Arsenal community, we brought in coaches from, if you remember those, the youth coaches that came.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
They do all of Dande. I will support the FA on doing things like that. I think it's very important that they reach out and start inviting teams. We have nice pitches now, decent pitches, unlike the past. So we can actually invite other teams to come and play. And we go out as well. So it's going to be an exciting time. Women's football, the growth is catching on. Actually, the toy with the idea, I struggle now with FC Johansson to rebuild FC Johansson. It has suffered a lot because of what we were going through. But I'm looking forward to even building my own female
football team.
Yep.
FC Johansson female.
That's right. But let me get the boys back on track again, because as I say, it's pretty shaky, I get for rebuild. But one thing is for sure, I will set up a female team.
Okay. Quickly, what you go consider as your legacy, as president of SLFA? And all the other positions the way you hold for support Salone. Because you talk about pitches, we have them now, where they happen, and your tenure, 2 full term, even though issues then they, or what you could consider or could point at as your legacy?
I think, painful as it seems, maybe the importance of good governance and integrity if we are to grow. I think Sedan and my biggest fight for rein people there in, for make them understand, say, this success and success story, the other country they will be going Kolipan with the watch. Then just not wake up and then reach your side and reach overnight, painstakingly. And it's about collective growth and collective efforts for puts country first, for apply integrity and good governance in everything. Look, it's all about rules. Football is about rules. The game of football has its rules. Why people from outside no one for adhere to the rules of governance and not know. When the game of itself is about rules. You can't play the game if you don't play according to the rules. Do you understand? So I think my legacy will be this woman who fought to change the narrative of Sierra Leone through football, and the narrative of women in leadership, not necessarily through football, our narrative. And I don't know how else for define myself now. Other person could talk, but what I believe in is what I believe in. And I believe in putting my country first. I believe in Sierra Leone being out there for the right reasons. And the global networks, when they say Sierra Leone, it's not, oh my God, not us again. It's there for the right
I
reasons.
think you've been done do better. You should have done better as president of FA, of the Sierra Leone Football Association.
I think maybe at one time I was a little bit too hasty to dismiss dialogue. That's because I especially with the media, there was a breakdown. So where you try, and people don't put you in a box, then don't make you for become what you're not. Withdraw. Maybe I should have pushed more. So maybe that's a regret. But maybe what I focus on the growth aspect. In time, then go learn. Lamrana, before we end, when I made the handover in that Congress, or when I was stepping down, the Congress that saw Daddy in, the stakeholders were in tears. It was an extremely emotional time because I said one thing to them, that it is obvious that no matter what I bring to the table, no matter how far I go for help salon, as long as that help they come out from me, una not good take them. Una go rather see the country go down, we begin and suffer, than for take that food, that good thing we go help we. So what I'm going to do now, me they can take all thing again to somebody else. I fetch famo, but again, una take them from the other person they make everybody go benefit. Because there was just no way I could break in. They were set, we're not going to, because it's you. Yes, pitch don't kai fine, but we're not going to take her. Yes, we will forget 5 pitch, but we're not going to take her because now you. Yes, we will develop, but we're not take her because now you, which is very sad. I don't have regrets, really, as such. I fought a hard fight, and I think I'm better off for it. I look back, I laugh now. I look back sometimes with sadness.
You miss Lifet?
I miss, I miss some of the ala because, because these guys now are my friends. Yeah. We sit down, the ex go there, we can say, hey, madam, you remember this? Hey, madam, you remember that? And some of these people, they have their own regrets as well. And they say, we know me, no. Now we understand. It's not too late because I'm still around, and together we all able for lift the FA. That's the beauty of it.
Somebody they ask, say, why didn't she support Sadiq Din Nyako, who worked with her in that election? Sadiq not be one of the other candidates.
Why didn't I support him?
Yeah.
Sadiq, and I'll tell you something. That in a one EXCO member way really adopt me cap to. For every time where Sadiq the sit on the talk, the sense way the pull, he came up with some brilliant ideas, but he was never there because he always expel himself, or we always suspend him. Because the guy was a rebel, he was so rebellious. You understand?
Was it for the right thing? And like you say, he's somebody who believes in doing what is right.
Labra me not know size Kofi bring rebellious or something. Then somebody could say, hey, look, Kofi, the spy, it is send this or that. Something would happen, and we'll say, it's in go force. But for every time he would sit at that table, he would be so constructive, honestly. He brought in some very, very good points that we worked on, And I always skinny say, "Well, Kofi, why you not go just settle down and more work together? More left the feds. Because every time you talk sense. You know, so yeah, why didn't I support him? I guess at that time, there was a bit of antagonism, you understand? So, and me even know that they say he will come out for run. I didn't know he had aspirations to run, really. And I thought I would go with the lesser evil, you know, with Daddy Braba, and not to me.
Well, you think Sadi could have been a better president?
He's, I don't know. Listen, you know, football has such a look, salon football, and one whole culture of your own, and one whole different world. You see somebody today, he's fantastic. Tomorrow he's a devil incarnate, you know. The next minute he's a pope. For goodness sakes, you know, I mean, I don't, one thing I know, he's a very intelligent man, and he knows his football, and he knows football's administration and structures, which is what we do. We don't play football, we administer the game, okay? And we're all about football governance and structures.
Yeah. Quickly, one question. I say, can she update us about the FIFA Football Academy in collaboration with the Mano River Union in the Mano River Basin?
Well, that one is very, very slow because it's got it's political, and I'll be very honest, the reason it's slow is Yudiaribo Yenga and this and the other. One thing FIFA will not get itself involved in is something, if some people on the board believe that it's too political, it'll stall things. Gianni is very much in favor of this, and I think I made it very clear when I'm in Liberia, and I've made it very clear in the FIFA board, that FIFA will only do what FIFA does, and that's football, period, okay? The whole thing is to get a village of peace where we could get the UN, UNICEF to build schools, we can get WHO, we could get the World Bank, we could get the AU. It's a massive project. It will happen, but it's slowed down, you know, and it's stalling. And it is for me to push, but I can only push thus far. So I cannot give them to say, yes, we're going to start work on this. What I can give update is like on the correctional center, other things we had to do.
Yeah. I can ask you about the correctional center, but quickly, this one say, why do presidents of SLF change on grounds of poor delivery and so on, while the same executive committee members remain? Since we don't have executive powers in football, but rather the executive committee does all decisions, and it's done unanimously. So somebody they ask, you know, most times, like with Daddy Brima, I came here the other day, was saying, now no more than the blame, you know, and other EXCO members and where the decisions and they all take up. And they are part of the EXCO now working with Babadi. Why is it most times it's just the president who takes the blame?
Well, look, again, in Daddy's case, I really don't know what transpired. I think there were monetary, financial issues, okay, when we were carted off to the ACC, and I mean, them blame. And, you know, so Daddy needs to know that and understands that when these things happen, it's not the EXCO, it's when Sepp Blatter was drawn into disrepute. You didn't go, they not take the other, you know, Naingo, right? So these are the things, and I don't know, I don't follow whether Daddy, in case, was taken into isolation, monies that was misappropriated, whether the EXCO said they had no knowledge of it, because I think maybe, again, I know I quote, I think maybe EXCOs didn't have knowledge about alleged misappropriation of funds. But in general, you know, when these things happen, you know, if the president was to be brought to book now, His Excellency, I'm going to drag the ministers. It's him.
You take the IS, you take the
EXCO. That's how
but
it
the
goes.
EXCO members, then they survive. They've been elected.
Well, you see, the thing is, you know, they should take collective responsibility because decisions are made, executive decisions are made. You're right. But again, as I say, in Daddy case, I don't know fully the nature of the alleged misappropriation, whether he took monies without their approval and or knowledge. And if that is the case, you can understand why they have been exonerated themselves
I
from
take
blame.
this final question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna please ask her, why did she slap Mohamed Kalon, and have they moved on since then?
Mohamed Kalon's my baby brother. I'm not going to go into that. That was a very unfortunate thing that happened, really, really very regretful. But again, at the heat of the moment, you know, you know, yeah, it's happened. It's something that it's something people will never forget or will choose never to forget. Mohamed and I have chosen to forget about it, and that's the most important thing. He's my guy. Kalon, you know, we have come a long way from his days at Inter. Now that's in the Adon Sabiam through George Weah and Taribo West. That introduced me to Mohamed. That's how far back we come, not to today, not to Slafatem. So, do a big pardon to all those who still feel aggrieved, say, slap then golden boy, but myself na my own brother back again. And if small brother misbehave small, you get for smack and small, then it can't to, you know. And so that is why but Mohamed and I, we get on very well. And he's a good guy.
I get picture of this recently.
Yeah.
Are you the plan something?
Like I would say.
Mohamed Kalon is the Leon Stars coach. There's talk about him having ambition to be SLFA president.
Oh, really?
You think he can be a good SLFA president?
I think Mohamed has got a huge wealth of knowledge in football. But just because you played football doesn't mean you can become a good administrator. I don't emphasize a lot about administering the game and governance of the game and playing the game 90 minutes on the pitch. There is a difference there, right? And why not? Why should Mohamed not run an FA? But to be very honest, I think Mohamed is such a good technical director. His knowledge on the pitch is much more stronger, I think, than being, you know, a desk person, a boardroom person. I don't know, I may be wrong, but I don't see him as a boardroom person. I see Mohamed taking Leon Stars or any country's national team for that matter to a high level because he's got the spirit, he's got the knowledge, he's got the know-how to do that. So, you know, I would rate him for that as a top head coach.
So, Madam Aisha Yasin, do you have any regrets about the ban on players over the alleged match-fixing incidents? You certainly did your best, but it seems ego also played a role in the infighting that occurred during your tenure.
Well, there you go. Just like what I say, people who want to believe. I just said it, not to 110, not to 210, not to 310. I regret what happened to them, but it was not my making, and I did not initiate it, and I was not part of anything in there. So people will ask these same questions because they want you to believe that you instigated it, and it was your witch hunting, and it was your doing, and it wasn't. So do I regret it? Of course I regret it. Who wants that kind of thing in their country, you know, and with people that you know, and with your players that have carried the flag? It's not a nice thing.
What's your relationship with Rodney Michael now?
I know Rodney's Rodney. I don't know. I guess he's there. We've never really had a relationship, and you know, contrary to what people would like to believe, Rodney's there. He's very opinionated on many things, especially football. And so in, was it Morocco, when we last see?
Yeah.
Where there was this truce and this peace and very nice moment. And I hadn't seen or spoken to Rodney for many years. And it was very honorable of him to say, let bygones be, forget the past. And I just now talk, we forget the past, you know. We all were there inside this whole football thing. This football, now we love affair. Now we married. This is what brings us together. It's the passion is so strong. And sometimes that passion tears us apart. And we think we're enemies, but we're not. Now, for make we all sit on that, for make the Rodney sit on that, for make we sit on, we look at that Premier League table first, and see why is Chelsea 7th position, 6th, when we should be right up there 2nd, and we talk about this blend, but we forget everything. You know, so...
you think he could be a good president?
Who?
Rodney.
You honestly want this? You're terrible. Meanwhile, for go back and be us in one piece.
What do you think he's been...
Let me tell you something about Rodney. I think Rodney is one of the most intelligent men, honestly, in general, not just football. He's a highly intelligent man. And me, I get weakness for possibly get sense. Way intelligent. Ego, somebody mentioned ego. I don't have an ego. I'm just very firm. I'm principled. I don't get ego. I'm principled. Rodney is very opinionated as well.
You're saying he gets ego?
I don't think that Rodney gets ego, to be honest. I think he's just very opinionated. And in opinion sticks. Right? And if you know I listen to anybody else saying, or in belief, say, this is my opinion and I stick firmly to this, others might interpret that as egos. So, you know, I mean, and if you're too opinionated, you probably don't make a good leader. Opinionated because you believe this is it. You probably will not make a good leader. You've got to be able to learn to listen and maybe even to an extent back down a little bit. Do you understand? And be a little bit more flexible. And maybe that might have been one of my problems initially, not being as flexible as I could have been, even though the flexibility may not begin towards the end, because I learned that I had to. But it came at the latter end now, you understand? And the reason I know me flexible, because I wanted to bring change. The place me really don't bad off, yanda, and I had to be strong and not be flexible. So good luck to Mohammed, good luck to Rodney, good luck to so many other great people within Mitso, Lamrana. But I think with my own appeal before I go is, rather than people being in their small pocket groups, I think it's now time that we come as a collective, rally support behind the existing federation, the governance structure that's there, rally support as a collective and not in groups. We'll never get to where we want to get to if we continue in these small groups there.
Finally, you don't have the FIFA Foundation.
Yeah.
And I've been reading yesterday, I see you even go Ghana, they try for see with the female, then at the correctional center. What's in the updates with that, activity?
Oh my goodness, again, Sierra Leone, we need for land where then give small spoon of something, take a bigger one and run with it, but you understand? You can't have FIFA doing everything for you. So Salon 9 Stats, that correctional center, I pioneered that. And my vision was that all federations, right, should have that because it's free. The instructors will come free, they fly them out, and they give the courses for empower these girls. You know the story, you know, because I know we're running out of time. But in Sierra Leone, it's stagnant. You know, nobody else has come. I've got to always go and say, okay, what now? Let's push. I'm not saying I know he hits on them, but they have not grown. So I always have to come back to say, okay, what next steps? Ghana, when are the last photos? Because Liberia are doing on Ghana. If you see it in Ghana, if you see Yanda, the provisions that they made. Okay, it's a bigger country, maybe more resources. But they're not just saying, okay, so what next now? So I propose that when I see it in Indiduna, Ghana, I don't propose, say, I think the different correctional centers and the FAs, they should have a workshop in Ghana, have an exchange of ideas. How what more can we do to help these girls, to empower them, through football? Whether not the jerseys, and we don't propose to daddy in regime, say, Boden Pikia, so not to all go on for play football and or run, or even do the referee courses or anything. So, SN Brussels and give we and then donate sewing machine then to we. FIFA don't build workshop there. Make the picking and sew jerseys them for the female teams them. Give them 2% of that money, they open accounts for them. Then clubs, they make them buy, or the FA buy the jerseys them for the clubs from the correctional center. But even if not the training bib, make the picking and sew the training bib them. Put it there, football for reform. Right? It's all part of the empowerment. And small resources go to the picking them. So I hope before I travel, I'll go able to go to the correctional center. I'd already talked to Honorable, oh God, what's her name? She's the head of the Premier League board, the female. Oh God, I've forgotten her name. Please, she's not going to be happy with me. I don't forget her name. Pessima. Yeah. That's it. Right. So I spoke to her about this, and I hope this is something they can take on board. But it's coming along. Thank you for asking. Thank you.
Okay. Finally, what's your message to the football family? See, Babadi don't receive a report. We been set up a committee. There are a lot of recommendations about addressing financial issues, human resource, integrity, like you say, with refereeing and all of that. What will be your message to them?
To the football family?
Yes.
That I think we're coming back to the dawn of a new era. I strongly believe that this regime, Babadi and in team, go able for really move the dial. I moved the dial, but not as far as I could. Babadi go able for move even further. I think, say, really, if people then put their heads together for work, just like how I say, Lamrana, stop the fighting. There aren't any winners. There aren't any winners with Benka and Fetia. No boy any other but the football women know. There aren't any winners. Do you know who loses? The kids lose. We're picking them at any loss. They go back 2-3, and by the time then they make up, they're too old to play. Let's stick with the plan, and the plan here is put Sierra Leone first, right? And I think for women's football, I think this is our time as well for women's empowerment through football. I think this is a really good time for we. So let's all stick together, guys.
Did national politics in any way affect your leadership and the running of football?
Political interference, yes, and intimidation. Is that the question?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What you call that?
I mean, national politics. We politics, the executive arm of government or parliament.
But also then we drag me go parliament. But then I made friends with the MPs, and it was like first it was intimidating. I didn't like it, and then after it became like a nice little. Because at the end of the day, we were not doing anything wrong. And the oversight committee then said, oh, we just want for see this, that. Then we would the laugh. So, look, Lamrana, there was a rough time. There was political intimidation. There was. They weren't supposed to do that. And I hope say now, all Mandon, land and lessons, make we move forward. I'm not going back. Even when I write my book is not about embarrassing anybody. It's about my journey and my experiences and what I learned about human nature and how to humble yourself, humility. And, it's about that. It's not about, I can't expose you today, this and the other. No, I've grown beyond that now. And I think we as a people, as a family, the football family, we really need to embrace ourselves a little bit more. And I have no doubts that Babadi and his team will do exactly that.
What next for Aisha? People shouldn't be surprised if we see you for national politics. Attention.
Well, then I thought you liked me. No, really. Up until now, I had the impression
you talk about it's not a token, getting the right women there. You've been in leadership. You don't want football now the biggest sports na the world, you know, and you don't serve na FIFA, CAF. With that experience there, what next?
No, I go left handed to Yvonne there, Yvonne then there. I think that
the more the merrier.
No, well, may the first one go first. May the go most. No, but I think you have some women at the sea, at the read, you know, you get women there when they come up in that. I think for me, I'm more of a global envoy. I like to embrace all sorts. I don't know if I express myself. I would like to see myself being an ambassador, you know, and doing the things I'm doing. Like I go to Ghana, we see this situation, we make an impact there. We use football as that tool for change. And, you know, even with the politics, we use football as a unifying force to bring together groups, be it in Palestine. And this is what this whole Mana River Union thing is about. We have a Football for Peace village, and every year we have teams. We go get Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea, Ivory Coast, but we will also invite teams from countries from Palestine, Iran, right? Countries that have known strife and war, and they've suffered, the youth have suffered, so we use the power of football to bring, and we have a peace cup, a peace match. That's the whole thing about that, you know.
How about CAF and FIFA?
What about them?
We're running for president of CAF one day, or FIFA.
You never say never, just say that. I mean, never say never on that. Having said that, I'm getting old, I'm getting tired, I want to be home. No, look, nothing is impossible. That much I can say. But, and even if I were to want to go for CAF or FIFA, I would very much like for Cisse home. Charity begins at home. Me home stable, me football federation, and me home country stable. Mm-hmm. And we may not be England, we may not be France, you know, but when I see Cape Verde, then small Comoros, then, you know, Mauritania, you know, doing so well. And this is a country where after church and mosque, it's football, you know, and why can't we even just qualify? Why can't we go past that threshold? It's, you know, it's a mindset. So before me to go halana the world say I want to be, let's get our home.
With Babadi, Mohamed Kalon, you see us going to the Nations Cup and World Cup?
Yes, absolutely. Exactly. And there you go. That's you know, with Kalon, and Kalon, make no mistake, his face, his global thing, speaks a lot for this country. Never underestimate. They say, na hero, na legend, na till today. Even if people can't recognize him, wherever I go, oh, Kaloni, or this, or that, and then I say, who, Kalon? Yes. That's an asset. You got to use that. You know, unfortunately, they allow me too much. I wasn't able to use Mohammed in a positive way, the way I would have liked to. But again, Babadi's regime, he will be able to do all of that.
Thank you so much, Madam Aisha Johansen, for speaking to us today. And we wish you the very best. And hope, say, like you said, the Sonko go down. Yeah, for the interest of the young people, the youths, making say football and entertainment, we pay attention to them. I'm a Lions fan, by the way. With Lions, you know, I can see I did a Lions forum, Musai, Navo, and other people, and they put money for support Lions. I can see the sacrifice that they make, not getting anything out of this, but then they do them because they like football and want to support young people. And so, if we get football working, one team, 11 players, they start the game, right? You get reserve, you get officials, you get coach. Now employment standing. Mm-hmm. 18 clubs so in a Premier League and or so, and you get Division 1, Division 2, female football, then you get entertainment and all that. We create employment, we'll address issue of unemployment in this country, and I hope say, like you say, everybody go see reason for come together and look at the bigger picture. We're in a salon. Salon big pass we all.
That's right.
And I will for support.
That's
right.
Thank
you so much. We look forward to the book and hopefully when the book come. But you begin with bell. You'll get the tradition.
Right.
It is not the bell of truth, the bell of hope, the bell of making salon better. Just ring up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, for salon. Now they end the Truth Morning Devotion. And thank you for being with us. We'll continue tomorrow 6:30. As always, members say, serve your conscience, be honest, truthful, for God and country. Tell friends who need the prayer friend. Aisha don't talk plenty to her this morning. And let me be law-abiding citizen and try for doing it right for this country. Because I no more get. You go overseas, they tell you one kaya. You pick in and go one kaya, you family there. But as always, remember saying that through the last. My name is Amadou. I'm going to party till we meet back tomorrow. Have a lovely day.
Cause we're different, it don't mean we can't unite. For the game, do it right. Whether you win or lose, no matter how you thrive or you kind, we can make it a better place. So play the game, share the love, let them know say we get what we want.
Unity, love, and peace on the field. One ball, one love, one goal. Even if the team different, but the aim in the game that is same. Let peace play a role.
Make we raise with glass centers for the gift of life. Connect to the power, bring peace alive. The only race, not the human race, running to the finish is a victory. Anytime we align. Go!
Global citizens, one people, one nation. The goal is peace. We are all goalkeepers. Defend the fight and bring the globe needs us.
We only get one shot to cover the team. Peace is the trophy. We going for the win.
So let me make you sign up. Sex for the line.
Go for the red, blow the first whistle till it's time up.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM.